Let's see if I actually did everything right.
Did you change the icon?
I did. I did. Mm-hmm.
On top of it.
Woohoo! Now, I'm sure there'll be someone who it didn't change for, but that's always the case. There's always someone out there that's like, it still says wrestling. And I gotta be like, what do you think we're doing, bro?
Mary's about to throw down.
What do you think paladins were made for? Come on, tell me Bonesaw from the first Spider-Man movie wasn't a paladin. Bonesaw is ready!
Oh my god.
Oh, he has to.
I got you for 3 minutes!
I feel like that name is the antithesis of a paladin alone.
3 minutes of playtime!
Oh my god.
God.
I've seen that movie too many times.
No, you know, it's not that. It's that, for me, Macho Man Randy Savage is so quotable that it's just like I remember so many things from him. And I only have to listen to it a few times because it's Macho Man Randy Savage. Come on. All right.
He's a wrestler, right?
He was. He has passed, but yes, he was a wrestler. He had the best promotions of any wrestler ever. Let me explain something to you, brother. You come out here with your mamby-pamby. I'm sorry, he was great. All right, so shall we jump into today's session? Last
Sure.
I recall, you guys had decided to bunker up in the house and just wait out the plague.
Sounds about right.
And commission Blackjack for pretty pictures of the docks and the bridges to pass the time.
The plague won't hurt me, so why not?
Fair point. Spoken like a true paladin.
As long as I'm fine, the rest of the world should be good.
You earned them powers. No, I believe last session you guys were debating how to get not only your kids, but 50 some odd other people, 52 technically, other people out of Old Corvosa, as you learned that Van Carlo is actually the infamous Blackjack. And he has spent the past several days collecting those that are too old or weak to fend for themselves, or many of them. I mean, and you guys would see this just walking outside. There's way too many for him to get them all. He's done what he could as one person, which 52 people's impressive, I would think. You may not think. That's your call. But he has agreed to help you guys get the kids out if you help him get everyone else out. And there were two options that he had already kind of drawn scenarios for, either trying to escape by the docks or trying to escape over the bridge. Both of them presented unique challenges, but I believe you guys were set on the bridge.
That was just me.
We were leading to it.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's always I was getting outvoted.
Well, why don't we say it this way? Why don't we pick up the session there in the midst of that meeting? You guys haven't technically decided anything yet. You're still discussing over after dinner cigars. I don't know what you guys would have, but whatever. You're at the table discussing your options.
I find it questionable if Mary would allow cigars in her home.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure she would dropkick anyone smoking.
You know, I don't think you guys I don't think you guys should speak for Miri, all right? I think that she's capable of making her own adult decisions.
Very fair, very fair.
Instead, Rhea has one of those candy cigarettes.
Yeah, so why don't we pick up there? Blackjack has displayed now, and he stresses that the squares are Grey Maidens, the circles are spellcasters, of course. Because of their very nature, what that means is vague. They look like they're wearing arcane robes. but what that means or what they really are, it's hard to tell. And he stresses as well that these are approximate numbers. This is the average of what he's seeing. Sometimes there's more people, sometimes there's less people. This is the average placement that he has observed of the past few days. But I will throw the ball over to you guys as you debate and come to a decision on how you want to escape Old Corvosa with a bunch of lame people. And I mean, like, physically lame, not, they could be not cool. You don't know.
Their personalities are kind of subpar.
I mean, Blackjack really went for the people that just no one cared about.
There was a reason they were left.
Yeah, he'd walk down the street and be like, oh boy. Should help you. I'm bored just looking at you. Which makes him, like, the best hero. Sorry, I don't mean to talk about my NPCs. I was just thinking, if that's really what you're doing, you're, like, walking around to the people that you just can't stand and rescuing them. That's, Batman wouldn't do that. Actually, he would. What am I talking about? Guys, please, stop me from talking. Go, do your thing.
It's great hearing you monologue.
Shush.
So much fun watching you spiral out.
Well, I believe
Sorry,
we were discussing taking the bridge, yes?
Yeah. I'm really distracted by the text in the middle of the screen that said this is the fun house.
I try to just go back into character, but no, I guess not.
Oh, I was wondering why you have a very unique in-character voice. I was wondering why you were going in there, and that went right over my head. I apologize.
Listen, eventually, I'll get a proper voice. It'll take time.
I didn't say unique as in bad. I didn't pick up on it, because
Anyways, bridge or docks?
Flip a coin. Any coin.
I believe we mentioned looking to try and get help from the other side, so that someone was storming from the other end of the bridge as we're storming from this side.
I don't think we really had anyone to be on the other side, though.
That's a lot to ask.
I mean, we can still ask. Like, at this point,
Well, if they're powerful enough to still stay in power now, I'm sure they can at least create a small distraction.
What part of what we were talking about was that it might be worth asking. I don't think we have an exact location for Eris Yellow Eyes, but it might be worth asking.
Around for her?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last you saw of her was in the sewers on the other side. But that was, 5 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, the last you saw of her was when you guys were arrested. So technically she was out of the sewers, but you know what I mean.
The other thing is, if we went by the docks, we'd have to find somebody to sail a boat, as opposed to the bridge we could just run across. And I think that was why we had decided, or we're leaning more towards the bridge.
And the option we did have for sailing was an asshole.
Allegedly.
Good on you for keeping innocent until proven guilty alive.
I mean,
no, I'm congratulating you.
Is Van Carlo, is that his name?
Yes, Van
Sorry,
Carlo.
there's a lot of Van.
I know.
If Van Carlo is like, yeah, I know a guy, but like, no. If Van Carlo's not gonna vouch for him,
Point taken.
That must be a very, very questionable dude.
Suppose that's fair.
So does that mean we're taking the bridge?
I guess that means we're taking the bridge. With message, what are the restrictions? Because I know you're able to send a message to like your son, but like, would you be able to try and send a message to Eris Yellow Eyes?
I think so. Give me a second here.
Oh, we're talking about
Massage.
sending. Yeah.
You mean sending? Yeah, message has a very short range.
Oh. I don't
You mean what Murray does to her son
Yes.
when she pesters him?
Does to her son.
Yeah. Are you eating, Mom? Let's see. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. So yeah, you could do it to Eris.
Yeah, but it's 25 words or less. And the last time I tried this with somebody who wasn't expecting it, it was Cressida, and she was a little pissed off.
I mean, this is also kind of like important.
And to be fair, it was also because you were not able to word the message in 25 words or less, and it cut off.
Hey, I got the important part across.
You did.
I got
You
arrested.
did. You did. I give you credit. I have seen worse jobs. But
Hear that going on in the background.
so do you want to attempt to do that?
Oh Laura, did you cave and let her in?
Are you going to send or not?
Sure. About 25 words. Can anyone cast illusions in the chat? No, I think all I have is thaumaturgy.
Let me check. I think I might have illusion spells. Maybe, possibly, kind of, sort of.
Oh, who's in charge of Shala?
Shala has minor illusions, so yeah, you guys might want to decide that.
I also
Not I.
have minor, but yeah. I don't have anything better than that, though.
No moderate illusion?
No.
I have major image.
That's
There we go.
an illusion.
That's a pretty significant one, yeah.
Oh, I should
anything
delete
else?
my spells. That seems like a thing I should do.
I've got invisible. I have minor image and I guess that's about it. Yep. So I have major and minor image.
No, I do need to ask, is it worth a level 3 spell slot to put her cow on fire?
Oh,
No, I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
I mean, it would be a totally real cow, as far as they're concerned, when it comes to things like sound, smells, and temperature. But they can't touch it, and they still have a chance to tell it's an illusion. But still, that's really convincing if you have a
Oh my
burning cow
God.
smell.
no, that would be it. No, doesn't Van Carlo still have the cow that we originally
Probably
rescued?
not in his house.
He does.
He does, actually, yes.
It's in his house?
No,
He has,
it's
like,
it's in his
extra
stables.
area,
Yeah, it's in his stable area.
Is that in Old Corvosa though?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
his manor,
What
if you want to
if-
call it that, is in Old Corvosa.
What if we use the actual cow and then use the illusion on the cow to make it look like it's on fire?
That's exactly what I was going for, and I think that's why Stephen was saying about, or Squee was saying about, you know, if it's a real cow, just the flames would be the illusion.
No, I was saying that with Major Image, you could create an image that smells, looks, and feels real as far as temperature is concerned, but you just can't touch it. But it can make so a major image is actually really powerful. It can make sounds, it can move, it can smell.
Powerful. It's a level 3 spell.
Right. The only things it can't do basically is physical touch. Exactly.
How do we always end up back here? Whenever we have major planning sessions, we always end up back at the sentence, "Let's set the cow on fire."
One day you're gonna do it, and it's gonna be glorious. I don't know when that day is.
But is today that day?
I don't know, Aragon.
Well, here's the thing. Do we want to jeopardize the lives of, like, 50 civilians with a flaming cow?
We don't actually have to set the cow on fire.
Well,
though.
fair. But I mean, this one fireball we lose if we do that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I think he's advocating you actually do it.
Wow.
I mean, guys, hear me out.
Oh my god.
I was just saying the cow storming down the bridge would be pretty frightening.
Yeah?
Eris, roll me an intelligence. No, sorry. Anyone who's proficient or has a decent ability modifier in that, roll me an animal handling check.
Define decent.
What's your modifier in it?
2.
That's decent.
I have a +2, but I also crit that one time with the cow, so I feel
That's
like
fine.
we have a special connection.
I think you do too. Go ahead and roll me animal handling.
With the cow.
I have a +4. I can missed it.
Go ahead, Murray.
Oh Jesus. So this is how it's gonna be.
I mean,
God fucking damn it.
you guys don't really know a lot about cows, but it might work. Freya, you're not sure what they're talking about, but you're looking at what they're talking about doing, and you're like, you know, if we give the cow an illusion that it's on fire, or it thinks it's on fire, or even if it doesn't think it's on fire, it's gonna be a hell of a time getting it to approach armed people on a bridge. And if it's on fire, it's probably going to run any direction but armed people on a bridge.
That's a good point.
Which is why the original conversation of this was Rhea riding towards the bridge on a stallion, charging everyone, and then Aras brought it to a cow that was on fire. But if I summon the cow as my steed...
We always work our way back around to
No.
the cow.
If I
But here's-
summon the cow, it would be an unusually intelligent...
But here's the important thing so that we're not metagaming. Would Freya even deign to share this information? Because no one else knows this. Everyone else thinks, I mean, it's a cow, it could work.
I mean...
Oh,
I probably wouldn't consider any of this conversation serious.
As soon as like, if this is a conversation that we're having in character, as soon as the cow is brought up, Myriad just stops contributing.
I don't think Freya would stop them, unless she thinks they're gonna actually put the cow on fire.
No, we won't set the cow actually on fire.
Okay, then yeah, she wouldn't bring it up.
Anyways.
So, to prevent the entire session from becoming a planning session, let's get down to brass tacks. First things first. Do you guys know for sure what target you want to hit?
The bridge?
I think we're decided on the bridge, yes.
I think so too. I just don't want to assume without actually asking. Okay. So, bridge. Several people. As far as you can see on that map, at least 7 people. 8 people. At least 8 people. Maybe less, maybe more. It's hard to tell. Probably 2 spellcasters at the very least. Of unknown level, make, design, equipment. Don't know. Grey Maidens, you fought Grey Maidens before. You have a pretty decent understanding of what they're capable of. And while you don't know specifically these ones, you've met and faced them before. So, you have at your disposal at the moment, of course, there are fighting capacity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. Van Carlo is just too weak to fight. He's not going to be able to. He needs days of rest. He'll be able to travel with you, but he could barely lift a spear at the moment, much less be competent in a fight.
You mean Castrican?
Van Castrican, what did I say? Yeah, sorry, Van Castrican. Because he was on death's door, and as Muri well knows, I mean, she cured him of the disease, but you can't cure someone from exhaustion. So, there are 7 of you that you know of. Of course, you have discussed finding help, which is always a possibility. 7 of you, 8-ish of them with cover. The stone walls go up to about their waists, a little bit higher. Basically, they're designed so that you can strike over them, but it's very difficult for someone to get over. Does it make sense?
Right.
Sure.
And I placed this in Discord, if you guys want to scroll up a little bit, a picture of Old Corvosa, where the bridges are, to give you an idea of what your side of the bridge looks like, more or less. The best way to look at it is imagine, because there are, you see the stone bridge in the background, but that's kind of far away. Just imagine the wooden bridge right in front of you is the stone bridge. That might help you a bit.
Okay, about how long is the bridge itself?
I can tell you that.
Scale?
Give me 1 second here. Van Carlo, who has already been prepared for this, could tell you pretty much exactly. Give me a second here. The bridge is about 160 to 170 feet long.
Okay.
And about 20 feet wide.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm all for just scrambling up to a rooftop and shooting from a distance for myself.
Well, speed might be a factor here, though, too. If you can't get across the bridge soon enough, there might be more guards.
Sure, but I can easily, like, get off the roof very quickly.
Yeah. I'm just thought we might not be able to hold long-range positions the whole fight.
Sure. But at least in the short term, and then I can run, but anybody have any other ideas, opinions?
We might seek out whoever, I think his name was the Emperor, the people we could seek out for help.
The old
They
Emperor.
might know more about the mages, which might be helpful, because if they're slinging fireballs at us, we should know about that before we walk into that fight.
So, I'm pretty sure the only reason that this dude is in power is because of the blockade. I don't think that he'll want to undo it necessarily.
Well, that's possible. I mostly want
Like,
information.
Lawlessness is the only reason they're probably allowed to exist on the scale that they are right now.
The other thing is, I think all of us have to rest. Everybody except for Freya and Van Carlo.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't really be able to seek somebody out if we still wanted to go.
I mean, are we leaving just tomorrow then? Because we could rest, go seek out the Emperor tomorrow, and then leave the next day.
We could, but there's all sorts of other stuff going on too.
I hear you. I'm fine with us leaving tomorrow. If everyone else is okay with it.
I have no issues with it.
Does anybody else want to go find the Emperor guy, or?
I would be hesitant to do so.
Yeah, I don't really want to make alliances with somebody I already don't like.
Yeah.
Not a fan?
Fair. Okay. Then I guess we should just get some rest and go tomorrow then. We might be able to come up with a more serious plan with a closer view.
Also, are those barriers... Sorry, what were they made out of?
Stone.
Okay.
They seem to be magically wrought. So like a wizard made stone a wall or something like that.
Okay.
So they were not constructed naturally. All right. So what's the plan for now? Get some rest?
I think that's what we should do, since
Yeah.
most people are probably missing a lot of spell slots.
Okay. So, you guys
I just wanted to throw out there, people, we have 12 flasks of alchemist fire in our bag of holding that we got at some point. So that might be helpful to flush people out from behind stone walls. We maybe want to divide those up before we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it, sorry.
No, that's fine. It's good
helpful.
to it's definitely good to know what all we have as far as weaponry outside of spell slots.
We also have we can summon an earth elemental and it'll do our bidding for an hour, so that'd be
I forgot about that.
pretty good tank who can just like slide through stone. So then that wall becomes useless for hiding people. If, you know, the earth elemental can just flush them out.
Yeah. I am curious to ask, would the earth elemental actually do any serious damage to the bridge itself, Squee?
if it wanted to.
Well, no, Ryan, I mean, were we controlling it and telling it just to attack enemies, would it accidentally damage the bridge?
Honestly, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
You would know, that's a damn good Arcana check. You would know that if your orders are fairly specific, you should be okay.
Okay.
If they're not fairly specific, you might have some problems.
Then I would relay that to the group while we were discussing this, then. Yeah, I wanted to make sure the earth elemental wouldn't, like, collapse the bridge as we're passing. That's
Right. All right, that's a fair thing to do. All right, so
So the only thing that I would like to do is I would like to try sending on your Eris Yellow Eyes and see because if we can do like a turnaround, like a hey there, we're at an old Corvosa that need to get out. That would be ideal.
Sure. So what would you like to send?
Oh god, 25 words. Fuck. Not that. But...
Eric's like, what?
Just loudly. Fuck.
Fuck! Like a parrot.
How about we suggest a specific time that we'll assault the bridge, and if any of her people need to get out, meet there.
Yeah, well, let me use up my spell slots before we take a long rest so I get them back. Because I assume we are waiting until the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is this bridge named, by the way?
No, it's just a bridge. It's the only stone bridge, though.
Okay, so we can stay the stone bridge.
Correct. Yeah. Hang on. I can give you a better picture. Give me a second here. Let me throw you to the city map. As you can see on the city map, once it loads up, there's only one main stone bridge. Everything else is wooden and has been destroyed. So you could just say the bridge leading to Old Corvosa, and they'll know what you're talking about. Because there's only one left.
Is where that's one word, right?
I would think so. I'll just say yes.
How many sending usages do you have before you rest?
Depends how many spell slots, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Enough.
No, shh. Oh, I lost count. Hold on. $21. Okay. Okay, here you go. That's 21 words.
All right, let's see. What are we looking at here?
Discord.
Eris. Storming the stone bridge tomorrow. Any were-rats that need out, welcome to help. Would appreciate help from the other side. You,
Could we change that to say a specific time?
I mean, sure. Yeah, like, I would assume you'd kind of talk over a little bit, and it's up to Murray if you want to change it to a specific time.
I mean, we have more than one message that we can send because this is going to be happening tomorrow, so any spell slots she uses today will be refilled by the end of the long rest, so...
Yeah, I just think that, changing this message to say, like, at 7 a.m. would be helpful. And then we could also maybe send a similar message to other people. Like, Cressida or Timonius or I don't know, anybody else.
I mean, that's a thought. At least just as like a heads up. So okay, let's say I have 2 uses of this. I just refilled all my spell slots on accident because I thought that, because I'm just an idiot. So I could probably send 2 messages. I only have 3.
Or is there anybody else we'd want to talk to or tell?
What level spell is it?
3rd.
Okay. What other level 3 spells do you have? Because I have a pretty good memory of what you've used.
The only ones that I had, Mass Healing Word and Dispel Magic.
You haven't used either of those, so you would have all your level 3 spell slots.
Okay, so I could send it 3 times.
Yeah, because the only things you've used are Sanctuary, Cure Wounds, Cure Disease, and I believe that's it, actually.
Restoration, yeah.
Yeah, Lesser Restoration, yeah. That's it. That's all you've used, so...
Yeah, I'm a pretty low caliber cleric. Let's be real here.
Oh, I'm
so
real.
yes, I can change tomorrow to be a specific time. Yes, I can send this to 2 other people. What time do we want to storm the bridge? I feel like we're setting up a doctor's appointment.
Well, I guess the big thing is we need to know how many of us have dark vision? Because that could be really nice. Yeah, if it's just you, we might not want to attack in the night.
I have dark vision as a spell slot, or as a spell.
But we want our main casters to have good offensive spells.
Ross does. I don't think Rhea does.
No, but I'm assuming that most of the Grey Maidens don't all have dark vision, so they'd probably have torches and stuff set up.
That's...
Van Carlo, could confirm that at night there are torches all along the length of the bridge.
Are these magic torches, or is this something that we could just
Looks like they're torches.
God, how ominous would that be? Like, you hear sounds of fighting from the other side of the bridge, and you look up, and you see all the torches go out. As we're just picking them up and tossing them over the side.
Yeah, that could work out in our favor if we could see them because of their torches and they can't see us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
if someone has prestidigitation, then they can just snuff those out pretty easy, but they can also be lit.
Well, but that would require us to be within 10 feet of the torch, so we might get shot at.
True.
If somebody has create or destroy water, they could also do that. Which I have, but I'm not prepared.
Well, I have mage hand. Worst case scenario, I pick one up from 30 feet away and throw it off the bridge.
Or throw it at somebody.
I mean,
enjoy, torch.
Let me do that as an improvised weapon attack. I mean, I don't think so, though.
Hang on.
The other thing to consider is, would they have more or less people at nighttime patrolling?
That's probably something you should ask Van Carlo about.
Van Carlo would tell you that what he's written on the map is basically average day or night. There's usually that number, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but that typically tends to be a bit random.
Oh,
but it doesn't seem like there's any more a significant presence at night than there is during the day.
Okay. Then I think night would be good for us so we could see them, they can't see us. And I'm pretty sure the were-rats would fight well at night, too.
If any were-rats show up.
Yeah, if. That's
fair.
fair.
Well, we have to decide if we want to change time first. Before I get an answer for this message.
Well, I think if everyone's okay with it, night would be a good time.
Night
or
is
we want to do
best,
it.
Yeah.
Like, the idea was that we would be able to. We were getting there early enough to the house and everything that we would be able to rest and then get up at 4 or 5 in the morning before the sun came up.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if it's dark, that still works, yeah. I just mean no serious sunlight.
So we would still be able to do that today and not have to wait. Correct?
Yes, you would have just enough time to get some sleep and wake up right before sunrise. It's 10 o'clock now, so you could wake up at, well, no, it's 10 o'clock now, so you'd wake up at 6. So sun would already be going up. So if you want your long rest, sun's going to be rising.
We just ate dinner. It's 10 o'clock?
No, you've been discussing for quite some time, not only Freya, but also what to do.
That's true. I forgot about that. Okay.
Quick question. Could you remind me how your gadgets work, Ross? Because with the butterfly pin that you gave Amelia, that was supposed to be something that you could enchant.
Yeah. So I can infuse my spells into objects.
Doesn't that fizzle out after a period of time? How long is that?
Yes, it'd be every long rest, whenever the like I use up my spell slot, so whenever I get it back, it expires. So each long rest.
So you wouldn't be able to like enchant it and then go to bed and then use it the next day.
I don't think so. I don't know.
God.
Say it one more time.
I'm asking if.
Her things last 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
Yeah. If she charges an item with the spell, it lasts 8 hours.
Okay. All right. And 8 hours is how long
you need for a rest. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. To keep you from doing like 4 items, going to sleep, and doing 4 more items.
It's like they planned it.
It's crazy. Your world is just so ordered. Everything
like
just
it.
like 8 hours exactly, and you just feel good.
Oh, if only that's how the real world worked. Okay, so never mind then.
Let me take you back over to your drawn map. In case that helps you up. Nope, that's not what I need. That's not what I need. Where's your thing? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Gosh darn it. Where's... One second, love. Where is... There it is. Nope, that's not it either. Good lord, where did your map go?
Dude.
Oh, here it is. Is this it? This is
No,
it.
wait, that's
Finally! I
There
found
you
it!
go.
Yes,
How did you lose it?
I know. But I gotta do 2 more hours at least.
Are you hungry?
Yes, I am. But I won't be able to do until... Well, so you have all your maps in a row, and they're kind of small.
No excuse.
It is an excuse. Leave me alone.
Very disappointed in you. Alright.
Just gonna add more guards to
also-
this bridge now.
Oh my god. Also, I lied. I don't have minor image. I have mirror image.
Oh, that is so different.
I do still have major image. It's just
Yeah. Well, minor image is or minor illusion is a cantrip. Minor image is a first level spell.
no mirror image.
Right. Is
the
what you were referring to, right? That makes multiple
Yeah.
copies of you. More Amelias to love. All right. So, again, let me go ahead and get rid of the docs, since you guys seem pretty dead set on not doing that. So I can just go ahead and get that off here. Delete. And now the fun house is no house at all. All right. So you guys going to bed? Are you gonna do a bit more planning? What's the next step?
Would Weary get anything back from Eris? Or
Oh, well, have you sent that message yet?
I mean, I thought so.
All right, so what's the actual message you're sending, including a time?
So if it's 10 o'clock tonight, I guess we'll be doing it at just after sunset tomorrow.
Oh, Weary's. She'll be right back.
Oh, sorry. Here I am.
So for the message to Eris, is this what we're going with, or are we adding a time to it? Because
Tomorrow night? That's a little bit more specific.
Because we also need time to like move all of the people from
The orphanage to the
Blackjack
yeah.
to the fun house where they can storm after us once we've cleared a path.
Well, you have 5 more words for that message. So you could just say, will attack at time.
Or storming the bridge tomorrow at
We ride at dusk.
No, just that's 6 words, Sib. And
no,
while I
storming the bridge tomorrow, and then at
right.
there,
Yeah, you could do
so
that.
we
Yeah,
can say
so
at
tomorrow at what time did we decide on?
We haven't.
8 p.m.
Okay, at.
You don't have to change that. We'll just agree that you did. So then you send the message?
Yeah.
All right. You send the message. You wait about 30 seconds and you get a response.
And I get the, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. You get, who is this? Why are you in my mind?
Oh my god.
Didn't say who you were.
Oh boy.
I think with sending,
They do not know.
They know who you are. They don't?
No, not unless you tell them. Not the first time.
That's okay.
I'll check, but that's the way it was with Chrysidia.
I don't think it says. I think that would be it too.
Well, it says it recognizes you as the sender if it knows you.
Oh, well then never mind. It would know. Well then, that's I was gonna say convenient, not convenient. That's good. That's good. Convenient gives it a bad light, but it's actually a good thing. Okay, so then the response you would receive is quite a lot longer in coming. But the response you receive is, I am sorry, but we cannot risk it. Were rats already hated, will be exterminated if attacking guard.
Did she say anything about because we're evacuating people?
Right. She didn't have room to say more than that.
Okay.
But yeah, the gist of her message that you got was, rare rats are already hated. If they openly attack the guards, they will be exterminated.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 more.
You do.
I can send her.
I will let you know before you waste it. Chrysidia has already told you she cannot help you. She cannot openly cause conflict with the Crimson.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna.
Good. I just didn't want you to waste a message or anything.
No, I was gonna give another one to Eris and see if she knows anyone who needs to be evacuated.
You would get another response. You are very kind. Any rare rats in Old Corvosa can take care of themselves. See to your own.
Okay. Okay, I have one last sending.
Mm-hmm. Ask your son for help. Hey kid, we're planning on storming the bridge tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Make sure your favorite gray maidens aren't there.
Yeah. Spare anybody you like.
Yeah, some of you are pretty cool. Don't come to the bridge tomorrow.
God, that would be so fucking funny if I was just like
sabotaging us all.
Yeah. What's up, son?
Bridge is under attack? Oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. What up?
You have one sending left. Is there anyone else you can think of that you would like to send it to?
God.
Do you want to tell Bluebo's son? Bluno's son? Bilbo's son?
Geno?
Oh my god.
Yes.
So, we can essentially say not taking the river, keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I might as well let him know that he can go back to his wife.
Okay. I'm not going to make you write that out. It's an easy enough message to send.
A whole lot of no work for a whole shit ton of money.
The message you get back is, oh, it's you. Must be that magic you did. Or do I need to give the gold back? Because I don't know if we agreed on...
Yes, yes you do.
And that's the response you get.
Moira's
No,
not
no.
gonna make
With interest.
Like that's
no,
book 3.
Yep.
Book 3 is hunting Jinno down. Like the lone sharks
my.
you are.
Yep.
We saved this town. All right. So he at least did receive the message and respond, though he's not the most. I will say this in the future, like I did with Eris. If they know who the sender is, I think it would also be reasonable to know that unless they're not the most educated, that they'd have an understanding of how long the message can be. Jinno, on the other hand, he knows nothing about magic.
Yeah.
So, but he at least received the message.
Okay. Well, we can find him again afterwards and make sure he's chill.
I thought you were going to say saving up for that money.
Oh God, no.
But yes. All right, so
Kneecaps are off.
with that, Van Carlo bids you farewell, saying that he needs to see to the people at his home.
Moira will go with him. Because she had offered to look over anybody who might be sick.
He will gladly accept the help. Anna will assure you she'll take care of the kids.
Rhea can go and help speed up the process.
Okay.
My proximity is healing.
Got it. So Muri and Rhea. Anyone else going?
Freya would as well. But
Okay.
Not because she's a healer, though.
Okay, fair enough. With that, then Shala would probably agree to stay back at the orphanage, citing that having enough people here to defend it in case the Emperor decides to send more men would be a good thing.
Aras is also gonna stay there, packing up what she has in the attic and stuff.
And Van Carlo tries to pick up his spear as he tells Mary, "Don't worry, the kids are safe," and like drops the spear. I'm good. I'm okay.
About how heavy is he?
Van Casterkin?
Yeah.
100 and... Well, no. He's wearing armor. Probably 220.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, probably 220 at least.
Can I roll a strength check to carry him up the stairs and physically put him to bed?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
can.
God.
Roll me a strength check.
Ew.
Okay, awesome.
Oh
22.
my God.
He protests loudly, but feebly. As
Like
Muri...
the small cranky child that he is.
As Muri scoops him up and he goes, "That's not necessary. Please, Mary, put me down. I am a crimson You hear him like going up the stairs.
As she totally ignores him.
And you're able to put him in on a bed where he as soon as he's out of the room and in the bed, he goes, "That wasn't necessary. Thanks." And then just falls asleep.
And see.
Just like that. And Al just walks up, lifts you up, carries you upstairs.
Time for bed.
All right, with that, Van Carlo, Muri, Rhea, and Freya return to Van Carlo's abode. to save a bit of time, you guys are unaccosted on the way there, being a fairly large group. One of them wearing full plate mail. Or what kind of armor does Rhea wear?
Plate mail.
Yeah, that's
no chain.
Splint?
Chain.
Oh,
Still,
okay.
very heavily armored person. Wearing I believe splint mail. And Van Carlo with his mithril rapier. You're not threatened by anyone. You make it back to the house. Murray, both of you look over the 52 people there. Most of them are women, children, and men who are old. Women and men who are old or physically injured, or children. Give me a second here. Of which 16 of them you can tell have blood veil.
Oh, good lord.
It is a very infectious disease.
Let me see here. Well,
just out of curiosity, has Van Carlo been showing any symptoms?
No, he has not.
Okay.
okay. Let me see here. I had used one lesser restoration, and yeah, so I would have two. I can heal two of the worst ones, plus I can do a prayer of healing, which is up to 6 creatures.
And I can lesser restoration 2 of them.
Yeah.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
Okay. You do 10 of the ones that are in the worst condition. The 6 remaining are in early stages, meaning that they are not going to be comfortable, but they are definitely going to survive for at least a week.
You'll be fine.
Actually, I believe... No, sorry, not a week. I believe 5 days is actually the life cycle of the blood veil. Let me look real quick. It's kind of important. If I tell you a week and then they drop dead in 3 days, you'll be kind of pissed at me, I think. Let's see. No, blood veil kills an average human in 7 days. So I was right. You cure the worst of them, and the 6 that are left are in the early stages. So they have 5 to 7 days before they will become in dire straits. Okay. With that, Van Carlo, for once, dropping his charming act, will just offer you all beds for the night in his home, and retire himself to rest.
We will return back to the orphanage.
If that's the case, he will accompany you as well.
Is everybody going back?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never left, so.
Actually, if in that case, actually, what would happen would be Van Carlo.
I know.
Van Carlo would actually shadow behind you guys, not with you, just to make sure you get home safely.
Well, Freya would have searched for an opportunity to talk to Van Carlo more personally.
Sure, you would absolutely have that opportunity while Rhea and Miri were healing.
Mm-hmm.
While the adults are talking.
Yes.
Van Carlo, you mentioned that you had contacts who could help look into whatever happened to my brother, right?
Yes, I am a noble of this town, if a small one, and I do have some contacts still in the Citadel.
She kind of looks a bit discouraged, looking downwards, and says, I don't exactly have a lot to offer.
He holds up a hand. None is necessary. When I meet you tomorrow evening, I will have word, one way or the other.
I see. That's rather quick. Thank you very much.
He nods.
She sincerely... she's probably not wearing the attire to curtsy. Just bows.
When she bows, he stares at you and he says, I do not mean to be rude, but if the news is not favorable, do you prefer the truth?
She winces a bit and has a bit of a contorted expression. Yes, I think I do.
He nods. Very well. And then he'll pat your cheek and say, cheer up. The world is full of enough sorrow to have such a pretty face pout so much.
She'll nod and quickly look the other direction.
All right. So you all make your way back to the orphanage.
There's one thing during the night that Moiri wants to do. Not during the night, but at some point before we leave.
Okay. Before you leave Van Carlo?
Before we leave the orphanage.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right.
And that is she's going to retrieve from her room a couple small pieces of stonework. They're parts of an old shrine. And she's going to lay them out about here, so that when you open the door, you see them. She's essentially making a small shrine in her house.
Okay.
And she is going to ask that the house be protected. She's going to pray for it.
Okay. You set up the shrine. You offer up your prayer. You know what? Roll me a religion check.
I just wanted to say that Aras is going to help her do this if she can.
That's
just
perfect. Yeah, no, that's fine. So you were able to help her set up the shrine. It takes less time, so Murray, who's got to be as exhausted as everyone else, doesn't have to work as hard, which is a good thing. However, there is no way to aid her on this particular religious check.
That's totally fine. I just meant about setting up the
Sure.
shrine.
No, I totally understand.
Not great, but could be worse.
Yeah, you send your prayer out. You don't, I mean, not if you were expecting or not, you don't get an answer in response. But, you do feel better. Whether it be through just the ritual of doing it or whether it's a subtle touch from Sarah and Ray, you feel a little more at peace. With that, everyone gets a long rest. Wake up, I'd probably say early in the morning, but probably maybe 8-ish, 9-ish. I'm not going to tell you all exactly when you wake up, but you've had a rough couple of days, and this is the first night you've had on a bed in over a week. Well, no, in 6 days. So the rest was desperately needed. For them. You're fine, Freya. You guys have a fantastic rest given what your accommodations have been lately. Shala, of course, is always the last to exit her room, looking pristine as always. Hair perfectly brushed. A subtle makeup applied. I don't know if I've ever described it. Her makeup is not caked on. Her makeup is very very reserved but well placed, I guess you would say. In other words, she doesn't use much of it, but she knows how to use it to perfection. But as
here's just to ask, does Shala wear her hair down?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
And it's slightly, like in her token, it's slightly wavy.
Okay. Weary had, during their imprisonment, offered to braid Shala's hair every morning, and she will again do so.
This time, you remember in the prison, she kind of drifted farther and farther away as she was confined. This time, she seems in better spirits, and she goes, I've never had my hair braided before. Mother used to say it would damage it.
Nonsense. Tying a knot in a rope won't hurt the rope.
I suppose I might as well try anything, right? I mean, who knows what'll happen tonight? And she kind of nods. Right, well, then, yes, please.
Okay. She's pretty good at this. She's done.
Yeah, I assume. A lot of kids needed braided hair. Roll me a dexterity check. Just to not, don't roll a 1 or something. You set a hair on fire. You're trying to do breakfast at the same time or something.
Don't.
Oh! You don't just braid her hair. You do that like French weave crap. Like the really nice, almost Princess Leia style hair.
She likes to be fancy.
When the rest of you come, well, you would already be down there, of course. Like I said, Shala is almost always the last one. This time, she is not the last one. Van Casterkin is still up in bed. So technically speaking,
we're gonna leave his ass there.
Yeah, technically speaking, not last. You would see by the time Muri is done, her hair looks almost like it's ready for. I mean, given that Shala always dresses very nicely, Shala looks like she's ready to go to a ball. Yes, Ross?
I'm just gonna say that I actually haven't come down.
Oh,
and
sure.
Don't plan on coming down for a while.
Okay.
I'm working on some stuff.
Absolutely fine. So anyone who is down there would see that. And Shala.
No, I was gonna say, I just said get your game on, Raya.
Does Muri have a mirror anywhere?
Not down here, but upstairs, sure.
All right. Yeah, Shala would want to go see her hair, and when she sees it, she would look at it. She'd go, "It's strange, but beautiful." I mean, I imagine if you've never had your hair braided before, if you've never had your hair up, it would look strange, but beautiful.
Yeah, just wait until she takes all the braids out and it does the post-braid wave.
It won't. There's prestidigitation for that.
Oh. That would be funny either way.
But yeah, so Shala gets incredibly well braided hair.
I wasted my probably sessions only natural 20 on that.
You say
But it wasn't a
wasted.
waste.
How dare you?
It wasn't a waste.
But yeah, does anyone want to do anything throughout the day as you pass the day in idle rest and preparation?
I'd just like to say that Raya would sympathetically smile at the irony of being best dressed on the day you go to battle.
You don't know Shala very well.
It's not like she would.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it does seem odd that she is wearing a dress that is fit for a courtroom, as in a royal court, and does not seem to be changing out of it at any point. All right. Anyone else during the day?
Oh, never mind.
Yes. I am making some zipline clips.
Uh-huh.
Which are just like basically wheels attached to a handlebar that you can attach to a zip line.
Okay.
So if like I have to bail quickly, I don't have to use a crowbar or a gun.
Makes sense.
I would like to make 3 of those.
Okay. Roll me a. Give me a second. What did we determine that you need to roll for such things? There is no real tinkering ability, right? Did we say there was something we would do for that? I don't remember.
Usually GM based, so if it's based on sleight of hand almost to craft it in a specific shape, maybe Dex.
Yeah. No, but given how a Ross works, I would say that just roll me. For now, roll me an intelligence check with proficiency. So, what we need to do is we need to get you you know what? I'm gonna make it for you now. We need to get you a kit, like a tinkerer's kit.
Okay. I mean, I do have tinkerer's tools.
Do you? Yeah, but I need to actually put that on your character sheet as a thing.
Okay.
Because that would be an intelligence check with your proficiency. Oh, what? Stop that. Stop messing with your sheet.
Oh.
All right. Yes, proficient, attribute, intelligence. There you go. All right, roll your tinker kit.
How do I do that?
Just click on it. Under passive perception.
Okay.
18. All right. Yeah, you're able to make 3 of them with the materials you have. Go ahead and, for the sake of expediency, go ahead and mark off 5 gold.
Okay.
As you needed that for the materials, the raw components, etc., etc. You're able to make 3. They seem fairly sturdy. The one thing that you know you need now is that you need zip lines of some kind.
Well, I had rope.
Right.
So, yeah. That would work, right?
Yes, if you tie it properly, it would work fine.
Okay, because we had been through this before.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
All right. So you spend your day doing that, and then if there's no one else, Amelia, you had a plus sign?
Yes. Amelia was going to go check on Aras to see how she's doing, since literally everyone is down there except her and, the half-dead guy.
You'd find her hard at work. What kind of worker is Aras? Is she oblivious to the outside world while she's working? Is she a sporadic or spastic inventor? How is she when she works?
I think she's a little bit more calm and methodical and testing things out. So very focused, but
so more eager and less young Frankenstein.
Sure. I have no idea, but okay.
I'm insulted. I'm so disappointed in you.
That sounds about.
Gotcha. Fine. Someone out there will get my references. You guys need to watch more movies. Okay, so yeah, you see Ross hard at work, probably hunched over a table, ratcheting something together.
She would lightly knock on the door.
Yes. Come in. Who is it?
Just me. You didn't come down. I was just checking on you. And she probably, because by now it would be past breakfast. Obviously Mary would probably have made breakfast or something like that. Yes. No.
Yeah. Mary. Yeah. Yes. It would probably be after lunch by now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she would have brought something up food-wise, just I noticed you ordered breakfast or lunch. You should probably keep up your strength if we're going to be storming a bridge.
Right. Eat. I should do that. Yes, thank you. Thank you. How are you doing? How was your adventures?
Yes, let's call them that. They were, interesting. I haven't actually been outside of the city, prior to that, so it was a change, definitely. Mother and, Triana are safe, and that's the important bit. And now I'm back, and we can work towards finishing our mission, and that's the important bit.
Can I be honest with you?
Of course.
I kind of hoped you didn't come back. I had hoped that you would leave and find a safe place and, start over, be happy.
When you first start saying that, just like, I had hoped you wouldn't come back, her face just falls like, oh. Like, wow, I guess I fucked up. And then as you continue, it goes from oh to oh, just like this very deep, sad expression. And emo's back. Shut up, Squee. And she looks down at her hands as she kind of like fiddles with her fingers and goes, it's not really something that's easy for me to let go of. This is our end goal is it's not something that I can let go of.
One of those things that really follows you around, huh?
Shh, you're not here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I tried it once and it followed me. Oh.
She chuckles a little nervously, just like, oh, yeah. So people keep calling you a Ross. Is that like a code name or?
Oh, well, maybe I thought maybe it would be a good idea to not bring too much unwanted attention on myself. I figured I didn't look like myself. I should probably have a different name too.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. She nods and goes, yeah, that makes sense. So I guess you're a Ross now. Try and
Yes,
not slip up or anything.
Ross Corvosa, and
like the city, like
it's following in the Kadal culture to be named after where you're from.
Oh.
So, and
Amelia thinks back and tries to remember if she actually knows Weary's last name.
If not, you do now.
What would it be? Would it be Corvosa? I mean,
Weary Orphanage.
Does it change as you move?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And since, Aras means strength, it just you know, maybe I'll be stronger in this life. I hope.
I don't know. I always thought you were fairly strong to begin with.
Well, that damn it, people!
Squee!
Don't pay attention to the chat if you're having a scene.
It keeps beeping
Oh
up,
God.
so I can't, like, can you turn that beeping
Yeah, you
off?
can actually. You can go to the gearbox and hit stream mode.
Oh my God.
What?
Streamer mode, yeah. It turns off all, enable streamer mode, turns off all audio alerts.
Why didn't you tell me this ever before?
I
Okay, sorry.
don't like you.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you didn't know.
Anyways.
What was I saying before I was interrupted by something about 7th Street and Frank?
Don't remember.
I remember you talking about you changed your name, and hopefully you're stronger now.
Yeah,
You were like a sentence past that.
Whatever. Anyways. Amelia would ask if you need any help with anything. Not that she's very mechanically inclined, but...
Actually, yes, I could use your help trying to work out this clasp. Here, hold this rope. You know.
Sure. Yep. Grabs the rope.
Tell you what, go ahead and roll me another one, like the Tinker check with advantage this time. Who knows? You might get higher. Maybe. That was not what I was expecting. I was like, she just rolled a 25.
What?
No, you rolled 2 18s. Well done.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, I thought the Tinker kit was that first one.
Nope, that's something
No,
else.
Okay, so this would just still be at advantage.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was to simulate you helping. Maybe it would have turned out better, but
Negative influence. Look, man.
all right. Yeah. No. So still, you get all 3 of them done, and they seem pretty sturdy. I mean, not a bad job at all.
Amelia at least feels useful, and that's the important bit.
You know, they're marginally better. The clip works better.
All right, and downstairs you hear Rhea playing an absolute. Well, what kind of melody is it? Is it beautiful? Is it upbeat? Is it mournful?
It's a banger.
It's a what?
It's a banger.
Is it jazz in 3/4 time? What are you playing?
I'd say it's something soothing, but something to also kind of boost morale.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You do a magnificent job. You hit every note. You keep the rhythm, and more importantly, someone who's a true musician know you get the emotion, the atmosphere right. It's like saying, something is greater than the sum of its parts. A song can be more than the sum of its notes, and you hit that this time, making for at least a couple hours, however long you would play, an absolutely beautiful, uplifting tune. So much so that Charlotte does not join you. She actually sits in a chair further back in the room and just watches you and smiles. Would someone ask her? Would at any point anyone ask her if she wanted to join in or make it a duet?
I think Freya's still too isolated from them to try to talk too much.
Sure, and besides, the last time she pulled a violin out on you.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
But is that in character dialogue, or is that just peanut gallery?
What? Oh, what I was just saying?
No, everyone else. I'm saying because in the text, did anyone ask Shala if she wanted to make it a duet? I'm going to take silence for no.
Nope.
Everyone's muted, so.
Well, I think the other two are still upstairs, and
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, no, she just sits back and smiles and enjoys. All right. And with that, the day passes into evening. And as the sun begins to proceed to the horizon, there's a knock on the door.
if Weary isn't close enough to the door to answer it, Freya would, but I don't know where Weary is.
That's fine. We could say you're probably closer to the door. Murray would probably be setting up dinner or doing something of that nature. So you answer the door, and it's Van Carlo. Van Carlo is dressed in simple clothes, a shirt, leather pants, boots. He's carrying his rapier, of course, and a satchel over his back. And he goes, we meet again, Freya.
Yes, it's nice to see you again.
Do you, before I come in, do you have a moment, perhaps to walk outside with me for a few minutes?
Yes, I guess we should get this out of the way now.
He nods, and he puts his head in the door, and he says, I'll be back in just a moment. Just gonna have a word with our young friend here. Smells delicious. And then we'll, close the door behind you. And he'll walk with you a little ways from the house, and he'll say, I'm afraid I'm not very good at this kind of thing, but it was not difficult to find news of your brother. Freya, I am very sorry. Your brother has... his body has been displayed upon the ramparts of the Citadel as a warning to others, and a story has been spread that he attempted to dress like the Queen's doctors and poison people. He has been left there to send a message to others that would dare attempt the same. It is... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's just like a shock that overcomes her. Like her eyes are just wide, just staring at him in disbelief.
I am sorry, but better you find out this way than seeing for yourself.
I see. Poisoned the people. What?
He is silent for a while, and he says, the city is afraid of so many things right now, and Queen Iosa knows how to use fear better than most. She is making an example out of him to drive fear into others. It is a disgusting tactic, but a very effective one.
Yeah, just kind of sits there in silence for a moment, contemplating what he's saying.
He hesitates and stops and looks at her. I am getting older. There's not much I can promise anymore. But from what I heard, your brother, while a bit odd, was a good man. And I don't know how or what I'm capable of, but if there is a way to bring justice to him, I will help see it done.
Yes, I like that. I'm sorry, I know I asked for the truth. I wasn't prepared for something like this.
He'll attempt to hug Freya, like to console her.
She's accepting. But it's like she sort of reciprocates, but it's kind of
In shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand. He will say, once we make it past that bridge, I promise you, his body will not be on those ramparts for long. And then he'll kind of start guiding you back towards the orphanage.
She'll kind of despondently follow him.
And he will knock on the door again.
Aras will open the door.
And Van Carlo, with a bright and cheery face, says, "Hello, Aras. As always, you are the vision of a sunset."
Short and brown-haired. Anyways, I see you're not wearing white today?
No, not today. Simply, clothes that will do until I prepare for my performance, I suppose you could say. And he taps his backpack.
Oh, okay, great. Cool.
Which, he says as he kind of steps beyond you, I suggest it might be wise for all of you to put on the gifts I gave you.
I think we might be a few short.
Well, yes, I don't have 50 to 60. How many? And he he actually looks sheepish. How many kids are there?
A lot.
But what?
Altogether, don't we have like 62, 64 people that
50,
we have to get across?
52 people from his house, 12
And
children,
kids.
Anna and Van Kasterkin.
No, Jesus.
So 66.
Yeah. But they're gonna be hidden until the last minute.
You surely hope so. But he will say, yes, of course, but it is probably wise that they don't know who attacks them.
Would you by chance have any extra outfits? I mean, I don't know if we have enough for everybody here.
Unfortunately, I had to have those specially made from Timurnian, and they are not easy to come by, given their magical enchantments.
Okay, cool. Did we?
Who doesn't have one?
There's one left over, and I think Amelia didn't take one with her, so Amelia and Freya get to find one.
And Charlotte doesn't have one. So.
Shala has one.
Yeah, Charlotte has one. Yeah, because she was with you guys for the rare rats.
Well,
Freya's
I
not
mean,
fighting
considering
Freya
this
have a
mask was
helmet?
probably made for Amelia.
Yeah.
I mean, Amelia can also just, like, go full face paint or some crazy shit. I don't know.
Well, Freya's not fighting you for it. She's probably not really paying a lot of attention.
Question: how old is Freya?
Visibly very young.
Older than some, younger than others. Young adult. It's hard to gauge age, but
closer to the young end.
Yes, but I mean, probably of legal age, but you could be forgiven for
mean-
not thinking that.
Who's younger, Amelia or Freya?
Definitely not Amelia.
Yeah, Amelia's what, mid-20s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
Freya's definitely younger. The better question would be who's younger, Shala or Amelia, or I'm sorry, yeah, Shala or Freya, because they're actually pretty similar in age.
I think Freya might still be younger.
Maybe that's true. I wonder if I actually have Shala's age written down. I might not. No, I don't have her age actually written down. Shala is actually. Well, you wouldn't know. You haven't asked, and a lady doesn't tell.
Oh my god.
But she's young. So, with that, Van Carlo would say, "Do you mind if I go change?"
Whose permission is he asking?
And he says, "And by the way, I have, through the day, slowly brought my 52 to a building close by that has been abandoned, so that we don't have to backtrack too much."
Great. Do we have a place identified near the bridge?
As a GM, I can tell you, you do not.
Okay.
I thought that was the fun house.
That was on the.
That was on the docks.
Oh, never mind then. I'm a liar.
You would have to scout out a place and do that kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, well, before we get all dressed up, we should probably do that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Amelia will go and scout something out if someone wants to come with her.
Ross does.
Okay. Give me a second here. I want to.
Squee, I sent it in chat, but just to throw it out there, through words too. Rhea will give her costume to Freya.
Gotcha. Understood. So, you are looking for a house that is as close to the bridge as possible?
Pretty
Without-
close.
Yeah, without like really garnering what's the word? Suspicion. That's it.
Suspicion. All right. The good news is that as packed as the houses are to each other, you can get pretty much right up to the bridge, but on the opposite side of the houses. So you can't see the bridge from where you are, but you know you're right on the other side of the houses from it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second here as I will give you a... I'll let you just kind of... yes, there. Okay, hang on.
So,
Let me...
I also want to scout out rooftops and possible places like that I could shoot an arrow and have it land in some wood for an escape route.
Okay. That's probably not going to be good enough. Your arrow would have to be super wedged in somewhere to hold your weight.
Well, it's like a grappling arrow.
Oh, well, that's different. I thought you would just like shoot an arrow into a wall.
No. A grappling arrow.
I was gonna say, okay, that could work, sure. So roll me, both of you, or one of you with advantage, whichever you prefer. Roll me an investigation check.
This is with advantage?
Well, either both of you roll it or one of you roll it with advantage.
I have a +6, so.
To investigate, you said?
Yes.
I have +7.
Oh, then you will definitely be rolling.
Okay.
Okay, 24. All right. So let me drag you over to a map real quick. So, if you look over to your left, you can see the start of the bridge, right?
Okay.
These, not this house, and not this one. There's squatters in each of these, but these two houses are completely abandoned. And they also happen to be right next to the bridge.
With the holes in the roof and this house with a flat roof are
correct.
Empty.
It's not flat. It's slightly curved. But yes, and keep in mind that what you're seeing is like the level 3 of, if you refer back to that picture I gave you. There's a house on top of a house on top of, or more like a shack on top of a shack on top of a shack. The bottom shacks are empty. Aras, you scout up the roofs. Mm-hmm. You see that there is on this house, there is a collection of people who are huddled together in like a tent on the roof. There's about 5 of them that are huddled really close together. These two houses, this house, there's no one up here, but as you can see, it's not very solid footing. You can use it certainly, but you'd have to be careful.
Yeah.
This one is clear. This one is basically, you get up there to that one and you find that well, you know what, for this one, roll me a D100 and choose high or low.
High.
All right, she chose high. So this one, the structural integrity of it is even worse than the one with the holes. It looks like it's solid, but when you get up to the roof, you see that the level below it has actually suffered fire damage recently, and the support structures are very weak. So while the roof is intact, you don't know if it'll sustain your weight very well or not. If you're very careful, if you step light, you could use it. But you'd have to be careful. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. And does it look like any place like 100 feet or so out that I could secure a grappling arrow?
100 feet from where? Are we talking away from the bridge?
Towards the bridge.
Towards the bridge?
Yeah.
No, not except for maybe the bridge itself. Here. Like... hang on. I'll reveal a little bit more so you know what I mean. Give me a second here. Because the line of houses is basically the last line of buildings and such. Give me a second here. So what you see is basically the start of the shoreline.
Okay, does it look like I'd be able to, like, I don't know how grappling arrows work, but like shoot it at the bridge and secure it?
Yes, there are like torch structures, right? Along the bridge here and there. However, I will tell you, it would be have to be a hell of a miracle to do it without anyone noticing.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Gotcha. Yes. Then a well-placed shot could attach it to maybe one of the torch hat stands. Or something of that nature. You could look to do that, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
you'd have to get a good shot in, but yeah.
Yeah, at that point, I'm pretty sure it would be a last-ditch effort rather than, trying to sneak attack.
Also, Aras, roll me a stealth check, please.
Okay.
Okay, good, yeah. You're able to get up on the roof and scout it out, all the roofs, and as far as you can tell, the Grey Maidens at the front of the bridge do not notice you.
I have quiet shoes.
Yes. And good rolls. And you do find that, so this house, the one with the damaged roof, does not have a back door, but the wall itself is weak enough that, I mean, a good solid kick would bust through it. It's half rotted. I mean, this you can see from the roof. This is one of the poorest quality houses there. It would work. It could conceal everyone, but there's no door. Someone would have to kind of kick it out. But as weak as it is, it wouldn't be difficult to do. This one actually does have a door leading towards the bridge.
So would it make sense to split the group up in between the two houses?
Would that be necessary?
I don't know. Would that be necessary? Does it look like one of the houses could hold 60 people?
Yeah, if they pack together, sure. But I mean, it'll be a tight fit, certainly.
I would rather them be in the more structurally sound one, especially if we're going to be packing them in there. I'd rather they not be crushed by a building. Just saying.
Does that look like it's a concern from the other structurally insecure house?
Not particularly. You'd be a little concerned of falling through the roof, right? But the structure of the building's fairly solid. You running up there is not going to cause a collapse. Busting a hole in the wall won't cause a collapse. Enough trauma, enough damage, sure, absolutely. More so than the other one. But, you know, short of physical damage to it, no, it should be okay. It's in poor repair, but the foundation's stable.
Okay. I mean, we can split the group in two, and I can give some people I trust to get my walkie-talkies back to me. We can give them some.
Well, Anna and Van Carlo?
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna be with the group, so you can probably give one of the
Yeah, I
things to
assumed.
them.
I assumed Anna with the kids. Van Carlo, I thought would be on the bridge.
Oh, you mean Van Castrican?
Oh.
The one that's exhausted.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
okay.
one that I'm
Van
talking about.
Castrican will be with the group, yes.
Got it. Yes,
Oh,
okay.
67 people. You guys have 67 people.
Oh my god.
We forgot Van Castrican.
I thought we were just gonna leave him there to guard Murray's house.
That's a cold move.
Would he be battle ready by
No.
now? Because
No,
he
is not.
I would prefer he at least stay. He's a fucking archer. He can stay on the goddamn back lines. Okay?
In fact, Murray, roll me a medicine check, because I'm assuming you would have checked on him throughout the day, yes?
Correct.
Yeah, roll me a medicine check. As Rhea and Freya, oh, that's gonna be hard. As Rhea and Freya argue back and forth as to who's.
20. Damn.
Well, I mean, it is Rhea. So.
Is it Rhea? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rhea and Freya is much easier.
We've all been calling her Rhea this whole time.
I think we have. I think you just either you gave up correcting us or.
At the time, I didn't care enough to correct you.
Okay, so Rhea and Freya are arguing over who
Are you
takes
saying
the
it's
last.
Freya now?
Fuck
You must
off.
need change.
So anyway, Miri, with that natural 20, you can tell that he is running a slight fever. Not due to any sickness, just due to the utter exhaustion that he was feeling. As his body is recovering, it is running a slight fever as it tries to recuperate. Not enough that's going to prevent him from being moved or moving with the others, but yeah, your medical opinion, you do not want to put this guy in a fight.
Well, with that medical roll, would she be able to try and help him? Because that's a crit.
Right.
Man.
Right. Sure, absolutely. And I'm sure Murray would certainly make him some sort of home remedy or something to help bring the fever down, make him more comfortable, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
You can make him more comfortable, absolutely. You can make his journey to the house more comfortable as well. I'll even say this. If things get really bad, the man could probably take a spear up and go into a fight, but he is not going to be anywhere close to 100%. But he will be to the point where if things are looking really bad, he could come. help.
Okay.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the orphanage, having scouted out, and I assume let everyone know what you found, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, who do we have? Who wants ranged and who wants on the ground?
Well, obviously Rhea is ranged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Van
she's back
Castican's
on
got a
here.
dagger he could throw.
I mean, she has javelins.
Yeah.
Van Carlo, I'm assuming, is fighting group. With,
Yes.
Mori, Rhea, Amelia, I'm assuming you're gonna, like, stay up on the roof with me.
Hang on, because I was actually looking over my spells, and a lot of these could easily be used for words are hard. More
Up close?
disabling, yeah, more disabling things. So like I was thinking we could use like color spray or slow or things like that, just to try and give people up front an edge of some kind.
Do you have to be close to them to do that, or?
A lot of them are more like 60 to like 125 feet, so it's not really like, it doesn't have to be real close, but I would need to know like how far, like,
Okay.
from the rooftops. So would this be like correct measurements?
Yes, they are correct measurements.
Okay, so then yeah, she should be fine from the rooftop.
I mean, for the first level, but not too far from that. But how does she have dexterity?
She
has none.
a +4.
Okay, so I will be giving you a bunch of alchemy fire, flasks of alchemy fire.
Let me see what the range on those are, unless you have that.
It's up to 20 feet.
Yeah, so...
Range is 20 to 60.
Yeah, so hang on. I believe it's 20 feet, and then beyond that you can go 60, but it's disadvantage. I believe it works just like any other ranged.
Wasn't there something about Mage Hand that you had like Mage Hand or something?
I also have Mage Hand.
Sure. So you could move that 30 feet and then throw it 20. I'd allow that.
Cheating.
Yeah. Shala will be, and Freya, who's in charge of Shala, and Freya, where do you want to be?
Good question. Who is in charge of Shala today?
Who had her last time, and I can tell you.
Last time was the jail, so I believe that was Rhea. Yep, you were controlling both yours and Shala.
Okay.
Yep. So now it would be a Ross.
Alright.
So I don't know, Ross. Where's Shala?
Great. Now I gotta look at her spells. No, that's fine. Freya, where do you want to be?
Tell you what,
Whether
guys.
it would be...
let me go ahead and put your tokens on the map so you can kind of move them around how you want them to be. I'll, of course, depending on what you want to do, I'll probably make you roll a stealth check to get there. But for the time being, to help you with a visual reference, let me go ahead and get your tokens up there.
I think normally Freya would stick to the roof, but Rhea was being really nice, so she's gonna follow her. Also, there's some spells that Freya just can't really use at range.
Alright, fair enough. So it looks like Blackjack, Freya, Muri and Rhea on the ground, if I understand correctly. Amelia and Aras on the roof, and Shala at some location.
I'll probably keep her on the roof to start with.
Apparently there's a corpse on the field.
Huh? No, there's... why did that happen? Oh, because... I keep forgetting to flip and change.
Your default's still set to
yeah, I keep forgetting that. Give me a second. Shala would actually... Yeah. She'd go up there with you. That wouldn't be a problem. I'm trying to think, I suppose it's up to you guys if she's better as a ranged or a caster or whatnot. But she would certainly follow your direction.
We have 2 healers on the ground, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Alright. So, to speed things along a little bit, to get to the juicy stuff, you guys would have no trouble moving the crowd of people through the streets. Van Carlo, who has now donned the guise of the Blackjack, would suggest moving them a few at a time, so that you're not just one massive group walking down the street. But you would be able to move them a few at a time. Are you moving them into basically the blue square? Safe. Now, I know where you guys want to be. What is your plan here? Are you coming from one of the buildings to try and like run towards them in surprise? Are you coming from up or down? What's your plan?
Well,
Rhea charges them on a stallion.
Freya would actually ask Van Carlo if he has a plan for his own entrance, because he's normally the more stealthy than just the straight up run and stab.
Sure, that's a fair thing to ask. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm giving Aras control of Shala. There you go. Van Carlo would say, well, typically I like to float down from the rooftops, but that is not an option most of us could do. I have some help in that regard. Though, honestly, if we try to approach from either side, they're going to see us coming from a great distance off. My thought would be to smash through the wall of the house next to them or go through the door where everyone else is. It seems the shortest distance to cover.
I agree. That does sound a lot smarter than coming from the sides of the roads, at least.
I would suggest stealth, and he'll kind of like slap Rhea on the shoulder. Our paladin here doesn't seem to take to that very much. Not that that's a problem. Sometimes fast and loud is the best way.
Oh my.
I personally don't know how to react to that.
Good.
You just got called out.
Isn't Weary also in heavy armor?
Yeah.
You're both in chainmail. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's fine. Freya understands, so we'll do her best to support.
All right. So where are you guys coming from?
Well, I am a little bit worried about us going out the front door of where we have all the people in and them being like, fireball, and they all die.
Yeah, that's my concern as well.
So maybe
So
the
should we
house
come from up
adjacent.
here?
Yeah. That's my thoughts anyway. Breaking the door down should be easy with both of you.
Hmm.
Okay. So if you want, go ahead and move your tokens there.
I do have a crowbar if that'll help break down the door.
Oh no! Honestly, that with that house, I mean, Rhea just could shoulder charge it and be fine. Miri could do it too, I believe. Anyone with any kind of strength could probably get that done.
Did you see Rio with that manhole cover? I think we're fine.
I saw. I was mightily impressed. So then the only stealth checks I need are from Amelia, Shala, and Aras. As those of you who are going into the building, it's not really necessary from you at the moment. Okay, all right, and Shala.
I'm trying to get there. 1 second. Sorry. All right.
All right, so 15, 21, 10, and give me a second here. Oh,
So close.
You guys managed to get into position without seeming to attract their attention. Now that you are in position and focusing on the bridge, give me a second. I'll reveal more because you can see the whole bridge, obviously, from where you are. As night falls, you see that there are torches. So what you do see is there's torches all along the bridge, and there are torches all along the street. Here, I'll show you. Here, casting light. So you guys are what would be considered in dim light. You're not in total darkness, but you're certainly in dim light. They would have... Actually, I should make them roll at disadvantage to see you, but they already failed, so we'll just go with that.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. But so you are in dim light. This is all considered bright light. And this is what you see. So, unless... Oops, hang on. I gotta move 2 of the maidens that are over here. Ah! Stop it. Unless there is someone like crouched right up against the wall, you should be able to see everyone that's on that bridge. Got it?
So, previously, Deep V mentioned mages also on the bridge.
Yes.
Do we not see any of them?
You see one. Yeah, Van Carlo said that most of the time there are 2.
Oh, okay, so he's all the way back there.
Mm-hmm. You see one at the moment.
So that's probably the person we should at least incapacitate first.
Oh no, he's kind of like way back there.
On the bright side, his attention, much like the other 2 Grey Maidens standing next to him, seem to be facing outwards. So away from you. So you guys get into position. You have your walkie-talkies.
Oh wait, does everyone have their masks on and shit?
Everyone but Rio.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Oh, and I changed my thing out for sighted, so it's a +2. It's loud, but it's better sighted.
Gotcha.
So.
Understood. All right. So, how are you kicking this off?
Down the mage.
I mean,
I was being a bit more specific. How are you kicking this off?
I was gonna shoot, unless nobody else wanted to go first, I was gonna shoot twice at the mage.
Okay.
Anybody?
I think we should get some buffs up first, because I think once you do that, we need to start heading out there, so they don't all rush this way or do anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think...
hold on, everybody. Let me bless y'all.
Bless ya.
How many people?
Oh yeah, I can get you. I will bless Aras, I will bless Rhea. I will bless Blackjack. No offense, Freya, honey, but like you're a child, so you're gonna be sticking with me.
Okay, I understand.
And then
Okay.
Rhea's gonna cast Shield of Faith on.
Ooh.
All right. I would like everyone to go ahead and roll me initiative.
I am going to cast Blink as well, but on myself.
Now, Ross, you're going to get a surprise round, but this way we can at least have everyone's initiative ready to go.
Sure.
Oof.
It's incredible how I always manage to lose where to click to roll for initiative on the same sheet that I've been looking at for months now.
Okay, but why did the tank have to roll the lowest initiative?
And why did the not tank roll the highest? Well, Blackjack's kind of a tank.
Probably higher level than us in that regard.
I mean,
yeah.
he's no spring chicken, at least.
Charlotte,
So you keep saying.
does Charlotte have any armor on right now?
No, but she casts mage armor on herself. So
I would also like to send out Majenko to circle above to just. I want him to keep an eye out for reinforcements.
okay. So he's circling above the bridge.
Murray
Gotcha.
isn't on the turn order.
Marie, what'd you roll?
I selected my thing. I did roll. I rolled an 18. I have my.
Go ahead and select
I was
it.
on the wrong thing.
That's fine. Select it and roll again, and we'll just change it to an 18 if we need to.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and then we'll just change that to an 18.
Not
So
bad.
you send Majenko to kind of circle around the bridge and keep an eye out, and shortly after one circle, he comes back and lands on your shoulder and says, "There's another one crouched behind the wall there. He's wearing the robes of a caster, but from what I can see, he wears heavy metal underneath."
Where did you say it was?
I'm about to show you. Good thing you've remembered to use your familiar. Look at you.
Yeah, asshole.
Hey, on the bright side, I can put him on the tracker now.
Yay!
I was just be like, oh, I'm gonna have to GM roll this, but there we go. All right, now let me descending. Okay, so Aras, you will get your sneak attack, and then we will start the turn order. Make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, did everybody do whatever they wanted to do?
Yeah, I buffed everybody. I think that's anything else I can wait till, because I'm high on the turn order anyways.
Make sure to mark off your spells. So everyone,
Marked
so
off.
3 people have bless, 2 people have blink, I think.
Oh, did someone
Rhea
else
has
cast
Blink
that
and
too?
I have Shield of Faith.
Oh, Shield of Faith and blink. Gotcha.
So I would have cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And Mage Armor on Amelia.
Question: can Shield of Faith stack?
No.
No. Okay.
No, mum.
Rhea out here with a 36 AC.
Nice. All right. So, Aras, the ball's in your court.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to call this all off? Okay, I guess not.
25 at
The wizard.
Actually, what I have known about at the Far Wizard.
What's the
real
range
quick.
on your thunder cannon?
500.
What's
Real quick, are we planning on killing these people?
Yes.
That's your maximum range. What's your normal range?
It doesn't matter because I have sharpshooter.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then you can certainly hit him. That is a hit. Please roll damage.
13.
Okay. Do 13 points of damage to him.
A bonus shot of the second barrel.
Right. Give me a second here. So what? It's like a boom and then boom.
Yeah, like a second trigger.
Gotcha. All right.
If we were surprised, we're not one anymore.
All right. There's a loud boom, and then
22 on the second shot.
Okay. Roll damage for it, please.
9.
Nice. You hit him twice, and he goes and falls against the stone wall, catching himself as blood splatters against it.
And can I use my movement to reload, or does that have to only be a bonus action?
That can... No, it has to be a bonus action, I believe. Well...
For the Thunder Cannon, I think for balancing purposes, they made it a bonus action.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
Cool.
All right. Now we are starting the turn order.
Okay, I will cast...
Well, but Blackjack's going first.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
That's
I
fine.
I thought Rouse was at the top.
No, gotcha. No, that's fine. Hang on a second here. So this isn't confusing. Let me,
Yeah, that should be Shala.
Yeah, why is it not letting me? I think you have to change that.
How do I change it?
Just double click on the name.
I am, but it's not letting
It's not
me
letting you
change
do
the
that?
name.
Oh, well.
No,
Well, it's not letting me change it either, so meh.
it's okay.
So, Blackjack is going to roll a strength check to burst out of the wall with his 11 strength. It would actually be an athletics check. Does he have any? Oh, he does. Oh, look at you. No strength bonus, but he's proficient in athletics. And why are you rolling at advantage? We'll just take the first one. Nope. Oh, no. Blackjack.
Bounces off the door.
Blackjack goes, "That's the signal." And he runs at the wall and...
Buddy.
And you see it crack, and he just goes... why don't ladies first, he says.
Somebody else do that.
Ladies first. And that is his turn. Weary, you're up.
Alright, Weary's turn to roll strength check. What is it, athletics?
Athletics, yeah. Oh, what a start.
We can't break him.
Weary.
Like the
Ria's like
people of the team.
just waiting for everyone to move.
Murray, Blackjack steps aside. Murray, runs where he was and crack a little bit more, but still, Murray, you just hit like a solid wall.
Ow.
They keep running into one of the fucking support beams in the wall instead of an actual drywall portion of it.
Alright, somebody else do it.
You have a bonus action. Would you like to use it?
I don't think I can do anything with that.
Gotcha.
If
All
you
right.
have Sanctuary and you want to use it, but that's it.
Oh man. All right. Aras, your turn.
Can Sanctuary be... I don't think Sanctuary... Oh yeah, Sanctuary can be cast as a bonus action. You know what? We're gonna fucking do that.
Okay. Sure. You cast Sanctuary. All right. Shala.
Yes, it's Shala's turn. And I want to...
I assume, Murray, you cast Sanctuary on yourself, yes?
Yes.
Keep in mind, Shala, you can't see the person with the cape. You only know that they're there because of Majenko.
Sure, that's fine. My range is only 60 anyways. So I will cast, she starts playing Dissident Whisper.
Okay.
I don't know why it won't. Oh,
Well,
that's why.
whoever you're targeting needs to make a wisdom save.
Yep,
Yes.
level 1.
Wisdom save, and it is a 14, 15 on her?
15.
15. Got it.
Wow.
And you're doing it to this person?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Give me a second here. No, they fail. So roll me 3d6 damage, and the Grey Maiden starts walking away from the stone wall. It's at 14. Okay, so hang on. Okay. And she moves
All of its speed. So that's would be its full turn, right?
not its full turn, but 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's full movement, so right
Got it.
there,
Just
actually.
its movement. Okay.
Yeah. All right. But it does use up their reaction, so they don't have a reaction if that matters. All right. Is that it for Shala?
Yeah. She's gonna wonder where everybody else is.
Gotcha.
Look.
I'm wondering the same thing.
Look.
Oh, she's also gonna crouch down, so as to not be as visible.
Understood. All right, give me a second here. So stuff happens, and oh, nope. Come here. What's that going to be at? Yeah, that's fine. You see... Actually, Arlen, give me a perception check. Like a free perception check. Amelia as well.
Okay. Perception. 11.
All right. Give me a second here. How do I...
Sorry, ignore that first roll. I fucked up.
That's fine. Wait, ignore the first roll or the second roll?
I rolled
first one's for
persuasion the first
persuasion.
time because
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, I see. Oh, so it's perception's your roll. Okay, then you see the wizard way back in the back there.
This guy?
Yeah. Heals. His wounds start closing up.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Now it's the wizard's turn. The wizard goes, "What is happening?" And he runs. Let's see. Can he make it? Ooh. Cannot actually.
I was gonna say the wizard wasn't quite in range of healing word, so he would have to move some, but it may not end up mattering. It could.
Well, yes, I actually have to move him. You are correct.
Yeah.
So you would actually have seen Amelia. You would have seen him dart around like that and take cover behind that wall.
Okay.
My grid doesn't exactly line up, but this can hold 3 people behind it, so he crouches behind that wall. The wizard. The wizard is going to jump across the wall on the other side and cast something. You don't know what.
Who's got the Earth Elemental?
Aros.
Yeah, I do. Do you want it?
I don't think it would hurt.
Do you want me to throw it down?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
At this point, go big or go home.
And going home isn't really the destination at this point.
We can't go home.
All right. It is now Aros's turn. Oh, and by the way, I should mention the wizard is ducking under the wall, out of view. he almost just got killed. He's like literally you saw his legs up over end as he dove over the other side of the wall.
So the first thing I'll do is reload with my bonus action.
Okay.
The second thing I'll do, so like shattering the gem, I'm assuming to get that out and throw it will be an action.
Yeah, I'd say an action.
Okay.
Where are you gonna lob it? But are you going to toss it or?
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna throw it off the building, and so I guess I kind of wanted it to land kind of like here, or maybe right here, right in front of.
I'd say 30 feet or so is what you can toss it.
Okay. So that would be right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So you shatter that gem, which means you're going to be the one that, I mean, it's not under your control, it's under my control, but you're the one that gives it instruction. Make sense?
Yeah.
So Aras takes out the yellow gem and flings it at the center of the bridge in front of the other Gray Maiden, and the gem hits the ground and shatters into fragments. The fragments on which hit the ground and then begin to like swirl into the ground, and the ground itself, the bridge, turns almost liquid, as if it's being stirred, and out of the liquid pops up a 9-foot earth elemental.
Is he a nice earth elemental?
He's large.
Does he have a personality?
You don't know.
Ross, does he have a personality?
She doesn't know.
Well, don't you have to give it instructions?
Yes, you have to give it instructions, but it doesn't know. She doesn't know what its fiercest desires are.
Well, be polite to him, and maybe we'll get there.
He's a fan of heavy metal rock.
Yeah, his name's Greg.
I did give that pun a Ross. I did not want that to
All right.
slip by the wayside.
So give me a second. Let me roll initiative for this thing. Let me just add it. You know what? Because you said so, I'm just gonna say good guy elemental.
Good guy, Greg. What's up, Greg?
Good guy
Oh, shit
elemental.
on this plane.
Let's see here. I need to pull out this. Thank you very much. I'm running out of space fast. I have so many stat blocks open. All right. So its initiative is nothing. It's just a D20. Actually, it's a D20 minus 1. Good lord. Well, it's not the fastest. 2.
He doesn't need to be fast. He has a big heart.
At least Rhea goes before some.
All right. There's that. All right. So that's your turn, Ross. Now it is Freya's turn. You're still in the shack.
Yeah.
This party's starting without you guys.
Of all the people to have to break down this door, oh my god.
Yes! Freya flings herself at the wall. And Freya, roll me an acrobatics check. Oh no. Flings herself at the wall, bursts through it, but falls down with it. So it's like almost a Freya-sized piece of the wall just gets slammed to the ground. Freya, it'll take you about 5 feet to stand back up of movement.
Oh,
Okay.
honey.
So, but she managed to break through the wall. Did you just go in a straight line? So, like, are you here now?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say that took you 15 feet of movement. You got 15 left.
Freya just kind of looks around and she realizes this is not the place to be and runs back inside.
10 out of 10.
Would do again. Freya runs back inside. All right. Grey Maiden's turns.
I do want to ask, by the way,
Uh-huh.
is there any way whatsoever I could use this wall as cover?
Yes, yeah, you
Like-
could. You could like you had more than enough room to get back into the house where they can't see you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
The Grey Maiden in front sees the Earth Elemental and goes, help! Takes,
I don't get paid enough for this.
Takes a 30 feet retreat. And this one retreats back over here. And the Grey Maidens start launching arrows at the giant Earth Elemental that just landed in front of them. By the way, your Earth Elemental has... you know what? I'll let you guys. Could someone roll me 12d10 plus 60?
I think that should go to Ross, since she summoned him.
Yeah.
Sure.
12d10 plus 60. $122 hit points.
Alright.
Let's see. Also, I need to know, is this resistant to anything? Damage resistance, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magic weapons. So it's 120 and takes half damage from non-magic.
Wow.
So
So
the
this
Grey
is an excellent idea. You're welcome.
the Grey Maidens are all going to be concentrating on the big-ass elemental that just appeared in front of them on the bridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to do this 7 times. 1. That's the one that was right in front of it. That's the one that's just like, help! She fires off an arrow, but it just flings off to the side. Nowhere close.
Oh,
Second
do we
one.
have the fumble cards?
Oh, we do,
Yes,
don't
we
we?
do.
She's throwing fumble.
Hang on, I gotta see here. Hang on, real quick. Before we do that, I will, but I need to see what the range of a longbow is. Oh,
I
yeah,
think
plenty.
150?
Yeah, plenty,
Yeah.
plenty. I don't want to make sure everyone could hit it without disadvantage, but yes. Just barely, actually. The furthest ones are 145, so... Alright, so that's a miss, that's a miss. Keep in mind that first one has a fumble, so that's 2 misses. Third one going... That's a miss. Fourth one going. That's a miss. Fifth one going. That's a bloody miss. Sixth one going. That's a hit. Seventh one going. That's a hit. Okay, so they all hit except for the one, but they just bounce off its rock form, doing no damage. 2 of them do hit, doing a total of 17 or halved, which is 8 points of damage.
Are you keeping track of that?
Yep, I got
Okay,
it.
good.
Tell you what though, because I got so much to keep track of. How about I just give him over to you?
We'll keep his hit points in the chat. That's a really good
I
idea.
can do it if you want me to.
Yeah, sure, that'll work. So thanks. That way, because yeah, actually, I should maintain control of it because you don't have control so much as you can tell it what to do.
Sure.
So a hail of arrows basically bounce off of it. Oh my god, this is gonna be so amazing, guys. Just you wait.
Oh, for who?
Everyone, Amelia, your turn.
Oh boy.
Acid splash. Acid splash.
If this earth
You don't
elemental
know
just
my-
clears the bridge.
You don't know my life. Maybe I want to shake things up.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Yeah. Just test the waters with an acid splash.
She's about to
Don't
roll
know
for it.
that.
What are you doing, Amelia?
Spike
Firebolt. At who?
At the closest Grey Maiden.
That's not in
So
cover. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that one. All right, that's definitely a hit. Roll damage. So that one.
Did it.
15 damage. Nice. You hit her straight in the chest. So. Okay. Yeah, and you hear her scream as the metal of her half plate heats up.
Oof.
Okay. Is that it for your turn?
I mean, there's not much I can do else
Okay.
as a bonus action.
You can give gentle encouragement.
Rhea, you're finally up.
Yeah. Okay. So, first, she will cast Aid on herself, Freya, and Muiri.
Okay.
So each of our hit point maximums go up by 5, and your current hit points go up by 5 for 8 hours.
So we get 5 temp hit points?
Yeah, boy.
It counts as normal, but to keep track of it, you might put it in temp, yeah?
Yeah, I'll just put it in as 5 temp. Thank you.
And then... can't make it too far. But I'll go there.
Okay. Right next to the big guy.
Just to sort of pat its leg, be like, hello, I'm on your side.
All right. Speaking of good guy elemental, it's his turn. Russ, what are you telling him? You have to, like, shout this down to him.
Kill the Grey Maidens.
You're gonna have to, and you would know this. He's not gonna know what a
Okay.
Grey Maiden is.
Kill the one with the hat.
Gotcha.
one.
Close enough.
The one
Close
with
enough.
the-
So it moves, its full movement, which is 30 feet, gets to there. Not quite there yet. It's going to double move, of course, but it won't be able to take an action. So it double moves to there. And that Grey Maiden, she's on fire. She's missed. She is freaking out. And that's... You have not seen Grey Maidens freak out very often. They seem to collectively have their shit together, more or less. Okay. That's his turn. Blackjack on the scene. He's like... Freya, as he passes you, hear him mumbling under his breath, so embarrassing. As he is going to hang on. He is going to take his bonus action to dash, so that's 15, and 30. Actually, so you know what he'll do? He'll get to this wall and crouch down behind it. So he's undercover. And that's going to be his action. Weary, your turn.
I will also take a dash action. How far can I get? I will probably move here. And I will motion for Freya to stay put. Weary is not intending for Freya to really take part in this fight.
Gotcha.
Wait, say that again, I'm sorry?
Weary took a move action. She motions for Freya to stay put. She's not really intending for Freya to have a big part in this fight.
Oh, okay.
You would have had to use both your action and your move action to get there, but that's fine. If you're not intending to do anything.
Oh no, that's it.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I am crouching, so I just want.
Yeah, so you're behind full cover. All right. Shala. Shala's turn.
Yes. So, how long will it take Shala to run down the building to get out of there? Get to the ground.
Run down the building? Roll me a dexterity check.
No, I mean just run, like, got up the roof. How long would it take her to get down?
Oh.
She, like...
To get, like, so are you asking, like, to just get from the roof to the ground?
Yes.
You're talking about...
About 2 seconds if you don't care.
Yeah. You're talking about 30 feet, so you'd have to roll me an acrobatics check, and I can tell you.
Okay.
But so here's what I tell you. If you're trying to do that before you decide, she would have to climb down. A good acrobatics check, a really good acrobatics check, say a DC of 20 or higher, she could get down 1 round, but that would cost her entire round. DC of 15, she can get down in 2 rounds without hurting herself. A DC of 10, it'll take her 2 full rounds. And below
okay,
10, yeah.
That's quite all right. She is going to hold her action. She's not gonna do anything this turn.
Okay.
Because everything's out of range.
Makes
from my
sense.
understanding. So what she's gonna do is, she'll wait. Just won't not do anything this turn.
Does she have any buffs that she can give her Ross? Be a good time to cast them.
That's true. Hey,
Are we keeping
shield.
Are we keeping track of who already has like less on them?
I hope you guys are.
I have it written down if need be.
Okay.
But shield, does that stack with like mage armor or anything?
No. Wait. Shield as in the spell shield?
Yeah.
Shield is a first of all, she has 1 use of that, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's a reaction that grants
Sorry,
plus
it.
5 to her AC for the rest of her turn. Yeah.
Okay, I see how that is. Yep. Okay.
So technically, yes, it does.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna. She will wait.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And that's her turn. She's just gonna stand there going, "What do I do now?"
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. Give me a second here. And it is it's the good it's the good cleric's turn. I say good tongue in cheek. What does it want to do? Oh boy. Well, what are its options here? It is going to yes. Good idea. Squee. It's going to he is actually going to run up to here. I can't hang on. I gotta measure this out. Make sure he can. He can't. He can't. Alright, he's gonna dash up to there using his action. And
I get the feeling that's the guy we're gonna have to kill first.
And he's going to cast Sanctuary. No wait, hang on. Give me a second here. I'll think about this. Sorry guys, I'll try and be fast. Sanctuary, I forget. Sanctuary, let me look it up real quick. You can cast no spells, or you can't cast any damaging spells.
You can't cast
You can't do
damaging.
anything offensive.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Then he's going to cast
you could
Sanctuary
still-
on himself. Yeah. So he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself. As his bonus action. And that will be his turn. Wizard, he's behind the wall. You see no sign of him. He is crouched, maybe cowering, maybe doing stuff. You don't know. Probably unconscious the way he landed. Aras, your turn.
Okay, so I meant to do this beforehand, but I will pull out my crossbow and shoot it onto, I guess, like that first wall.
Okay.
Like here, with the grappling arrow.
Gotcha. Roll to hit.
Damn it. Crossbow. 17.
All right. Yeah. That flies over Blackjack's head and latches onto the stone.
Okay, and then I will give Shala and Amelia the zipline things that I made while I secure the other end of the rope.
Shala, like, looks at Ross and looks at the thing, looks at the rope. She's like, you can't be serious.
I'm very good to rest.
As is that the end for your turn? I mean, you can say something back, of course.
Unless you want to run down the side.
I mean, I will leave the decision up to you. I'm just saying, like, Freya's like, or Shala's like, what? All right. Freya, your turn.
Sorry, okay. I do need to ask.
Uh-huh.
No, Mary wants me to fall here, but would this wall right here count as cover?
No, Mary wanted you to stay put.
No, that wall is not high enough to count as cover.
That's fine, because even if you want her to stay put, she's not gonna let you guys go die. How much do I want to bet on them only attacking the elemental? A whole lot, because that's how this works. So...
Can the elemental be healed?
No. Nope.
Why? Okay.
What would you use to heal it? Yeah, it's not an organic being. The heal spell won't work.
I have... Let me see here.
Use some mud to pick.
I have meld into stone.
I'll save you time. No, there is no way to heal the elemental.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I hope he lives.
It's a summoned creature. I don't think you can heal any summoned creatures in 5e. Well, good news is he won't die. If anything, he'll just be returned back to the elemental plane.
I find it
But
very
will he know
unlikely
that
they're going to kill him.
Is that the end of your turn, Freya?
No, what I was going to do is I was going to cast a fireball above. I need to set it so it shows above the 3 Grey Maidens, and enough so that it gets this Grey Maiden as well. Sorry,
Okay.
Grey Maiden and the cleric.
All right.
So I'm hitting all 4 of them with it.
Okay.
So,
hang on. I have to see how that works with Sanctuary.
it allows.
I think you're right. I just want to check to be sure here, because I don't know if area effects.
AoE attacks. No.
Well, it says that any harmful spell you have to roll and choose a new target. But
Well,
let me check here, because I think you're right. But
It says specifically that it doesn't protect them against.
It says that
area of
specifically.
effects.
Okay, perfect. Well then, yeah,
Yep.
do it.
This spell does not
Such
protect
as
the warded creature from. Yep.
fireball.
So, the 3 Grey Maidens and the cleric need to make me dex saves.
Yes, they would. All right, so we'll just go from bottom to top, right? So bottommost Grey Maiden, it's dex of nope. Second Grey Maiden is a dex of 18. I think that'll make it. The cleric is a dex of 19, and the last Grey Maiden, the one closest to the Earth Elemental, is.
I'm going to use Portent, by the way, and replace the cleric's dex saving roll with a 5.
Okay. So only one of them saves. The middle Grey Maiden here.
She ducks just in time.
So the rest take 29 damage. All right. So that is okay. This one is Dunski's. This one is Dunski's.
Oh,
Nice.
she was having such a bad day.
All fire too. Fire everywhere. And then this one is 14 damage. So okay. All right. The cleric and the other Grey Maiden that are still standing look very singed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's that turn. Well, Grey Maiden's turns.
Also of note, because I have Blink on, Freya just suddenly disappears and is gone.
Nice. All right. Freya disappears. The Grey Maidens are starting to call for support. Come on! And they all fire at the Earth Elemental again. because it's the biggest threat right now. So first Grey Maiden, that's a hit. Second Grey Maiden, that's a hit. Third Grey Maiden, that's a miss. Fourth Grey Maiden, hit. Fifth Grey Maiden, hit. Hey, so 4 of them actually hit for a total of 1, 2. What are we looking at here? So that's 16, 22, 29, so 14 damage. That's easy. Just takes them down to a cool 100. So the arrows start finding their aim is getting better. The arrows are finding cracks in the rock, but again, they're just not having the type of effect they would normally have. That is going to be it for the Grey Maiden's turn. Amelia, your turn.
I would like to do another. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do an acid splash at the cleric.
Okay. DC save cleric is a dexterity save. Oh boy, that is his favorite. He misses. So that's 7 points of damage to him. He's not looking too hot. Alright.
There's also of note that Acid Splash would hit another creature within 5 feet.
Oh, hey, look at that. And do the same damage?
It would do the same, yeah.
Alright. So neither of them are looking that hot.
Oh, but she would also be allowed to make the dex save.
Oh,
Or,
duh.
yeah.
Right, that makes sense.
No, it's fine.
Nope. They rolled the same.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, they are both not looking so good. Alrighty then. Rhea, your turn.
Well, everything close to me was killed. Now I just gotta run farther.
I know.
So she will just double move. Get up
Okay.
here.
Alright. Okay. Good guy, Earth Elemental. He doesn't have a target anymore.
Oh yeah. Can I tell him to like pop up behind the cleric and beat the cleric dude?
Yeah, sure.
Because come up right here, since he can do Earth Glide.
Yeah. And he's going to attack. Yeah, so he pops up behind him, and he does his multi-attack. 2 slam attacks. Why can't I... Oh, I guess I have to actually... Oh, whatever. I'll just manually do this.
The cleric does still have Sanctuary on, by the way.
He does, I know. He has to make the wisdom saving throw, which is... Oh, wow. No bonuses or negatives. So, nope, he does not make it. So he turns his attention towards the Grey Maiden.
Yep.
Oh, poor honey.
First attack is 18. That's just enough to hit. And he does... Okay, you know what? Give me a second. I gotta throw this on a character sheet. It's gonna take way too long to, manually roll all these.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine, actually. I should... Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Alright, so... Alright, so here, we'll do that first one. So we'll just do this. And we'll count this as a second attack, too. That one misses, but he gets 1 off, which does 17. He smashes her into the ground, killing her.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. Blackjack's turn. Blackjack uses his bonus action to dash. Gets up to the cleric. And he can't get around... Well, let's see here. Hang on. Will that allow? So 5, 50. Yeah, he can get to there. He won't be flanking, unfortunately, because he doesn't want the cover issue. But he is going to attempt to attack the cleric. He has to roll a wisdom saving throw. Get 15 or higher. No. Well done, Blackjack. You're a hero. Murray, your turn. What are you? What are you doing here? Get out of here. What is that?
There's somebody floating in the water. My vote for the cleric is just to toss him in the river. Let the sharks deal with him.
Alright, what are you doing, Murray?
Just movement, since I think that's all I can do here.
Okay.
How far can I get? Well, I'd have to go. And then I think I can... Yeah, I can get... With a dash action, I can... With double my movement, I can get right up here.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay behind this wall.
Understood. All right. Shala.
Yes. What's the distance for bardic inspiration?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. Cool. So she's gonna like very protestingly slide down the rope.
Give me a to here, basically. It's like
Yeah.
35 feet. It's not that bad. But give me a dexterity check. Or acrobatics check.
Okay.
All right.
15.
She manages to slide down it, boom, and hit the ground. No damage or anything. She makes a nice landing. But that counts as her movement.
Yep. That's fine. 50 feet. Okay. So crap. Okay, who's next? So she will do inspire Aras.
Okay.
And stay there.
Okay. So Ross, you are inspired.
Yeah. And that's the end of her turn because she's not close enough to do anything spell wise. And she doesn't want to run out away from cover yet.
Makes sense.
So that's the end of her turn.
Gotcha. All right. It's the cleric's turn. Cleric, not looking so hot, uses his action to cast Cure Wounds on himself at level 3, and he gets to add 2 plus 3, so plus 5 to that. So he, wow, those are, wait, what?
Oh, this better but not be a cleric that I know.
Oh, I see. So 18, 23 points of healing. And he is going to attempt to move away. Give me a second here. Which means that both the elemental and, well, no, elementals, do they get reactions? I mean, let's see here. Elemental, no, does not get reactions. Blackjack gets a reaction, though. He's going to attempt to attack him, attack of opportunity, I mean. And, oh, buddy. Blackjack.
He's not having a good day.
Blackjack, no, man. And he backs up 30 feet. And he is going to use his... Oops. Oh. Yes. Okay, I didn't know you could have that. I must have cast the... Oops. I put the wrong spell on him. He's going to use... Is that a bonus action? I put Shield on him instead of Shield of Faith. But he has Shield of Faith. But I don't think that's a bonus action. I think that's an action to cast. No, it's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
So yeah, he'll...
He already used Cure Wounds, so he can't use 2 spells.
No, well, I've explained this before. The house rules for this game is you can cast... If you cast 1 spell, you can cast a second spell with your bonus action of level 2 or lower.
Okay, I was not aware of this, sorry.
Yeah, I did explain it to you when you started playing, but it's been a long time.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But it's something for you spellcasters to keep in mind. It's very important. So, for example, you could cast a spell and then a bonus action spell of level 2 or lower, like Healing Word or the like. So he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself, which gives him a +2. Alright. And that's going to take up that slot.
Can I ask, why does the elemental not get a reaction?
Because it's a creature that doesn't have reactions.
Okay.
It tells you in the stat block if it has reactions or not. My guess would be because it's very slow and lumbering.
Okay.
Okay. That is his turn. Wizard be doing wizardy things. Aras, your turn.
So I will try to shoot the cleric.
Okay.
And I have to do a wisdom saving throw first,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw of 15 or higher.
Nope.
Nope.
So, do I know these Grey Maidens are there?
Yeah, you can see them. They got half
Okay.
cover, but that doesn't mean anything to you.
What about this cleric? Does he have...
That wizard?
cover?
Nope. He is
Yeah, okay.
fully down below that wall.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I am going to, take 2 shots at this Grey Maiden.
Okay. That is
18?
just enough to hit.
Oh, dadgummit. I just realized I should have... It's fine. So 17 points.
Okay. All right.
And the second barrel, it should be +2 to this, though. So 16.
Not enough on that second one.
Okay.
But that first one hit her good. 17 points of damage is a lot. All right. Anything for your bonus action or movement?
No, I'm gonna stay there. I don't have to go anywhere.
Gotcha.
Well, you might want to reload, though.
Well, I shot with my bonus action. That was the second barrel.
I misunderstood how that worked. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Freya, your turn.
I'm back.
You are.
And I'm 10 feet further.
Indeed.
Behind Shala now.
Indeed.
My party told me not to rush on ahead because I was the caster, but I didn't listen. So I'm gonna move over there.
I was just like, oh Jesus. At least if you're going to rush ahead, stay behind the two perfectly decent tanks who are right here.
She's not rushing the front lines alone. No, she's staying behind you all. Just she doesn't want to not be helpful.
All right.
I can hit him.
Yes, you can.
Let me see how. I can really only hit him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I need to make a wisdom saving throw. And I am going to
You did.
use
Yeah.
Firebolt and miss.
That's a miss, unfortunately. But hey, you were able to attack him. It's better than anyone else has done so far, except for the fireball you threw earlier.
Yeah. And I'm gone again. Poof.
All right. She's there. She's gone. Grey Maidens. Oh, doggy. Welp. Things are not looking, things are not coming up aces for them, that's for sure. They what are they doing? These two are going to move back here behind the wall and use it for half cover. And they are going to continue to fire arrows at the earth elemental because it's still the biggest thing on the bridge. Like, I'd love to give them a reason to shoot you guys, but let's be honest here. It's a raging large earth elemental. What else are they going to shoot at? So, first one is a hit, actually. Second one is a hit. Third one is a miss. Fourth one is a natural one. Oh, we forgot to crit the other one. She's dead now. But we can crit this one. Guys, I'm sorry. I forgot the critical fail deck last time. But not this time. This time, we're dealing a card. Just a ranged attack. Okay, this is going to me. Deal one card. And this card is... Oh god, I gotta move the turn order so I can see it. Ranged attack. Grim Determination. Oh, wait. Did I hit the wrong one? Is this the... This is the critical fail deck.
So you got a really good fail.
Yeah, what the heck?
You failed so bad they feel bad for her.
Yeah, you have advantage on your next attack against the target. You failed so horrible that she I guess she recollected herself? I really had to look and see I got the right deck for a second there. Okay. Well, this one has advantage on her next attack. Wow.
Wait, no,
Talk
what?
about lucky.
I think it might be...
No, I read that twice. It's... No, I thought so, but no, it did.
Yeah, it's reading it as you, as in the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
And then the target as the person.
Because I read it twice because I was thinking what you were thinking, like it has advantage against you, but no, that card literally did say you have advantage against your next attack for Grim Determination. Plus, Grim Determination makes sense being the name for that. I know, right?
I don't like it.
15,
so can we say that's for the dead Grey Maiden?
No, because... No. Sorry, guys, no. Luck of the draw, unless you want me taking that away from you if you ever draw it.
Yeah, and it's... To be fair, it's advantage on the Earth Elemental, who's still only taken a total of, like...
He's down
30.
to 93 hit points, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it matters.
Alright,
I had to ask.
I understand.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is the Grey Maiden's turn. Amelia, your turn. How you doing over there? Your friends are pushing their way across the bridge.
And I can't reach anyone, so I get to slide down the thing.
So much fun.
Oh boy, I'm definitely not terrified. Full faith. Yep, so that's an athletics check or dexterity or like what?
Dexterity check. Acrobatics, actually.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, good. Because Shala hasn't moved, you had a harder DC. But you make it.
Oh,
You
okay.
managed to avoid Shala. Because I was sitting there looking at that, I'm like, she hasn't moved. There's only one place to land. Luckily, though, you roll an excellent acrobatics check and manage to land lightly on your feet, missing Shala, and land right next to her over here.
Oh god, and then that one would he have knocked her in the river?
I don't know.
Jesus.
That would have been funny as hell.
He's still super far away. Alright,
So you're over here.
Amelia is over here, and then, no, goddamn, I keep clicking the wrong things. I have a movement of 30, and then, yeah, so that would be within range. Alright, so, well, no, because I've already moved. Fuck. So it was... I'm guessing that was my full movement.
Correct.
All right. So then I would. Oh no, because then I'm just an idiot. Okay, so then I will do fireball again. Because I don't know what numbers are.
That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Alright, so never mind then. I guess I'm just gonna stand here and look like an idiot.
Rhea, your turn.
Okay. He's gonna run up here. And try
Wisdom?
to hopefully hit this guy.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Just knock him off the bridge. Throw him in the river. Then he's really not our problem.
Is it a straight roll or a saving throw?
Throw him over.
It's a saving throw.
Okay. No.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
And that expends your action.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Bonus action?
Bonus action. I will use my channel divinity of Heart and Home and just give myself the resistances.
Perfect. All right. Good guy, Elemental. He is continuing to... He's going to try and slide around this crazy little person that's getting in his way. Can he... Oh, yeah. He can Earth Glide over there. And continue to try to attack the cleric. Hey! He did it! Woo!
Yay!
So, slam attack. That is a hit. So he does 12 damage to the cleric. Very nice. And then he tries to hit again. I believe you have to roll wisdom for each attack, correct?
I don't remember.
I believe it's any time they attack, so that would count every time basically you swing at them or cast a spell or whatnot.
Oh, is he, the cleric's flanked too.
Wait, whoops. Well, hang on. He's got to do the wisdom check before he does that. No, does not make that one. So here's the thing. And I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I'm going by the rules, and plus you guys are doing fine. But technically, Aras said to attack the cleric. Did not say to attack the Grey Maidens. So,
Oh, gotcha. Oh, no, that makes sense.
yeah. So if it fails the attack, it would not then turn. I did it once because I wasn't thinking, but it probably shouldn't have. But yeah, so it just loses the second attack. But it hit it once for a good amount of damage.
Check to see if it gets a critical hit since it's flanking.
Sure, actually. Why not? That's a good point. Let me check one more time.
Wow.
Oh, no way!
Incredible.
Well, okay then.
Always check.
Let me pull out that card. Holy crap, guys.
Big
Alright.
boy Greg's doing work. Oh no.
What
Bitch,
kind
you
of
can come to
sorcery?
dinner anytime.
So give me a second here. Deal one card to me. Okay. And oh gosh, you know what? Just you go up here. And this card it's a natural attack. So, or it'd be a bludgeoning attack. I don't think they have natural attacks. So it would be, this is soften them up. Quadruple damage. Well, we just said if it's quadruple damage, that's all it is. It's quadruple damage.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna survive to be able
He's
to
not.
make his DC 16
He's not.
Constitution saving throw after that.
Your cleric is dead. Their cleric is dead. As the earth elemental glides through the wall, raises his fist above his head, and just pounds his head into his feet and through the bridge. And Rhea, there is now a small hole in front of you.
Rhea is slightly mortified.
All right.
Is that the
Okay.
second person that the earth elemental has killed right in front of Rhea?
Yes.
Honey, you rolling with the wrong crew.
Blackjack just like says something under his breath, like, holy hell. Uses his bonus action to get around here, to dash, to get around here. And he's going to make an attack on the Grey Maiden, who doesn't have Sanctuary, thank God, as far as he's concerned. And... oh, he's been pissed.
Oh.
He's been so pissed. He finally gets to attack someone, and he went for aces. Jesus.
No ham, my dude. You deserve it.
All right. What is this card? It's going to be slashing damage, of course. It is Terrifying Slash. Maximum damage, wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, target is frightened of you until the end of his next turn. Okay, so maximum damage would be 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 points of damage. Oh. Okay. And let me do the, No.
No.
No. So here's what happens. Blackjack runs along the side of the bridge, bounces off, runs up behind her, and she turns just in time to see the tip of his rapier catch her between the helmet and the breastplate and draw a line of crimson on her throat to where it nicks her jugular. And she looks terrified at the prowess that was just displayed in front of her. And the fact that she's dying. Mary, your turn.
Oh, yeah. Whatever this wizard guy is doing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
I understand.
So, I don't like it.
Choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower. Okay. Hang on. Make me an ability check with your spellcasting ability.
So just a wisdom check?
No, it would be 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency, which is 3. What's your wisdom?
A 4.
Alright, so it's 8 plus 7, which is 15. Or when I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, that's your DC. No, it'd be 7. Just 1d20 plus 7.
Okay. Oops. Nope.
Alright, you cast a spell. But you don't know if it had any effect or not. Alright. Shala, your turn.
So she's going to run up 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
And cast heat metal on this Grey Maiden. I think that's right.
Okay. Sure. This one right here?
Sorry. Yep.
Okay.
So
Here, I'll hold the thing for you. So 30 feet is right about there.
yep. Okay.
Go ahead and move her. There you go. And then what's the range on heat metal?
60 feet.
Not close enough.
Oh, okay. Then she'll just double dash up to this wall.
Okay. Sure. Take cover behind it.
Yeah.
Cleric is dead. Okay. So, first of all, folks, we do need to be ending this. I wanted to wait and get here. So you hear from behind the wall after 4 rounds of combat. Found it! And you see the wizard's head pop up over the stone wall with a yellow-looking gem, and he slams it into the ground in front of him. The yellow-looking gem shatters into pieces and begins to sink into the ground as the ground starts to stir as if it were liquid. And rising from the ground is an elemental, earth elemental. Which is why I was just laughing my ass off so much when you guys did this. I have in my notes, because I thought it would be too cruel just to have him just throw it out there. So I'm like, a bumbling wizard takes 4 rounds to find magical artifact.
Wait, so from the first round, he has not looked over the wall.
No, he's
what
been
is the look on his face when he sees that there's another one.
So that's a very good point. He throws it on the ground, sees 3 dead maidens, dead cleric, and an earth elemental, and he's just like, found it. He ducks back under the wall.
Well, I'm so glad that shitty roll for Dispel Magic wouldn't have actually done anything.
No, it would have. You still had a chance, but you would have had to roll a 15 or higher.
Well.
Yeah, because Summon Elemental is a 5th level spell.
Gotcha. Dang it.
So, and man, wouldn't that have just ruined his day? All right. Yeah. Because I don't know personally. I don't know if that would affect it since it's a magical artifact, but I would have made it count because screw it. You've rolled the spell and rolled the die, right? Plus, it would have been hilarious. But yeah. So an Earth Elemental, which I'm going to call Bad Guy Earth Elemental.
Now I get the good guy.
Right. It's why I was trying so hard to just contain. And that's why I was like, guys, this is going to be amazing. For who? For everyone.
It's going to be the ultimate throwdown hoedown on this fucking bridge, and I'm so excited.
So is the bad guy Earth Elemental named Bob?
Oh, man. Yeah. Greg and Bob?
Yeah.
They're going to get transported back to the elemental plane. They're gonna look at each other and be like,
you know what?
What the fuck just happened?
I'll just get rid of him. Alright, I can't edit him, but that's fine. That's fine. He goes... Actually, I think he goes right where he is. Yeah, he's in a perfect place. Do we want to go ahead and finish out this turn order? I think it would make sense, right?
I'm okay with it.
Sure.
All right, because we do have to stop. Yeah, so, Aras, your turn. You see a giant earth elemental show up.
Did the guy duck back down?
Yes. He basically, he threw it, he saw the carnage in the other earth elemental, went, ah! And ducked back down onto the wall.
Okay. I will take my bonus action to reload. And then I will shoot a single shot at the Earth Elemental.
Oh no!
And miss.
Oh fuck.
Critically miss.
I couldn't see that. Yeah, critical miss.
All right. Aras.
Yep.
There's your card. Grim Determination. Range, so split a seam.
A piece of cloth or your armor you're wearing is damaged for every subsequent attack roll. There's a 25% it'll split further.
Okay, so what I would say from that is you
ripped your pants.
No. So you have to couch the gun in your shoulder, right?
Sure.
You fired it in such a way that it banged so badly into your shoulder that your armor is starting to kind of like, it's because you have what you wear, leather, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's probably like
ripping.
Piece of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And every time you fire that gun, you have to couch it in your shoulder, so there's a chance it'll rip even further.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else for your turn? All right.
Yeah,
Freya.
action bonus, yeah.
Freya could not see that before this turn because she was in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, she comes back and sees there's 2 of them now.
Oh.
Maybe,
Hi.
maybe they had 2?
I mean, is it pretty noticeable that one's like not our friend?
It's facing you. I suppose that's all you would know at the moment.
Yeah, but I would assume that from the fact that we never discussed summoning 2 that
Correct.
I would know
I
probably
think that's a
bad.
fair assumption. I assume
Yeah.
that you guys would have said we have 1 of these, so yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow a fireball directly above all of them again.
Okay.
No.
Give me a second here.
And I'm imagining Earth Elementals do not have crazy decks, but that could just be me.
Give me a second here. Sir. Because...
Is he using counter spell?
Counter
yeah,
spell.
that's what I thought. That's fine.
So, you guys see Freya start to cast a small red orb of light and fling it towards them, and it starts traveling towards them. And the wizard, who's still, like, taking quick peeks over, suddenly throws his hand out and says something in a language that's hard to understand, and that little light just disappears.
Yeah. Does this wall contain cover? Still,
Yes,
I don't
yes,
really know.
yeah. It would contain half cover, or if you like fully crouch down, you could consider it full cover.
She might as well. I mean,
Sure,
but she might not even be here anyway.
sure, makes sense.
She's not here.
She's not there. She disappears again. Guys, every round Freya appears, does something, disappears.
I'm a magician. Yay!
Grey Maidens, one of them in the back goes, "Finally!" And, this one actually is terrified and has to try and escape from Blackjack, which means Blackjack gets another attack of opportunity.
If you just bail over the side, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say that happens if Blackjack doesn't hit her. Oh, darling. She turns to run, and Blackjack just almost casually just flicks his rapier through her. So that's her. The second one's going to rush up to Blackjack to face him, because the Grey Maidens are not. They are tough opponents. They have been a bit brainwashed. Drawing her longsword, dropping her bow, drawing her longsword, she makes a longsword attack on him, and fails miserably. All right then. These 2 Grey Maidens, seeing how effortless, how worthless their arrows are against the Earth Elemental, and knowing that there's another Earth Elemental here, they're going to turn their focus on Blackjack, who has no cover from them. So they're going to fire their longbows at him. First attack is a hit. Second attack is a hit. All right, so these both go to Blackjack, and that is 17 damage to Blackjack. Give me a second here. Okay, so he is at... Okay. Alright. That's their turn. Amelia, your turn.
Oh boy. So Amelia's going to cast Fireball over here. Well, first she's gonna make a movement to over here, and then she's gonna make a fireball over there. Yep. I'm good at words.
Sure. Wow. Fireballs all over the place, eh? Guess who's already used his reaction?
Uh-huh.
Where are you casting it exactly? Gotcha. Yeah, you should have tons of room. It's 150 feet. Yeah, you're fine. All right, so Grey Maiden's first dexterity saves. First Grey Maiden, no. Second Grey Maiden, that's a big nope. Whiz Kid. Oh, God, dude. You have nothing. No. An Earth Elemental.
He's got this.
He's totally got this.
My boy.
He's got a -1 to dex. And no.
He still rolled the best.
So they all take 24 damage. Oopsie. What's going on? Why is that not letting me... Oh, I see, because that's the end of the map. Well, I gotta move him over here just so I can kill him. Gosh darn it. He's dead now.
Hey.
Wizard's dead. Okay. They have that much left. And they have that much left. Oh, joy. Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then 24 to this guy. And he does not have resistance against fire. Give me a second here.
So who's controlling the bad guy fire elemental?
The Earth Elemental? At the moment, I believe he goes on a rampage. What does your crystal say? Does it say anything in particular?
No, it just...
I would say he goes on a rampage.
Because he never... Did he ever actually get orders?
No, he did not get orders. It wasn't his turn yet.
Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting.
This is gonna be fun. Rhea, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so she's gonna run up over here
Uh-huh.
and attack the Grey Maiden.
Okay.
And I have to bring up my sheet again because Roll20 quit on me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's been doing that.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets open right now, so I feel you. Actually, I can close this one and this one.
Okay, so 1, 2 attacks.
You're also still blessed, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and roll your second. You don't need one for the first, but roll for the second one.
So that's a 17.
That is a miss still.
Okay.
But the first one hits. Okay, 7 damage. Yes, Ross.
so, when you shatter the earth gem, it acts as if you did the conjure elemental spell,
Uh-huh.
and it says, if you don't issue any commands to the elemental, it defends itself from hostile creatures, but otherwise takes no actions.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, we might be able just to finish this now. I'll tell you what.
Well, that depends on whether it would count Amelia as hostile or not, because Amelia did hit it with a fireball.
It would defend itself against... Yeah. Oh, that's a fair point. We may not be able to end this now. Fair point. You just saved everyone a victory.
Listen, I'm trying to be fair. I'm sorry.
I appreciate the fairness. Honestly, I do.
Well, if it's acting defensively, then it won't act hostile.
That's not true at all. What are you talking about? It will defend itself against people attacking it. How would you think an Earth Elemental would defend itself?
So basically, if we just leave Amelia, though...
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, all you gotta do is run faster than Amelia and you're fine.
Amelia just starts running back into Old Corvosa.
I don't need to run faster than Amelia. I have a horse.
Good guy Elemental. What's he doing?
Chilling.
Oh, attacking the
Bad guy Elemental or the Grey Maidens?
Grey Maidens.
Gotcha. He'll go over here, and
He sees
that's
another
flanking.
elemental prop up, and he's like, "Oh, it's Joe from work."
So this is 2 slam attacks at advantage. So slam number 1 is a hit. Slam number 2 is a hit. So that's attack and attack. Oh boy. So this Grey Maiden was the only Grey Maiden still at full health She's dead.
Yeah.
The earth elemental grabs her and just rips her in two.
Oh, Jesus.
Rhea, this is all happening right next to you. You are now smattered with this blood. And I think we should end there for now. As it's a fair point that the earth elemental...
That's I would say that's a GM discretion thing.
You know what? I'm going to leave it up to chance, because it might defend itself by going away. It might defend itself by attacking who's trying to hurt
At least roll it now. So
Yeah, exactly.
Can you do like a perception to see if he actually saw who threw the thing?
Sure.
Yeah, she's way the fuck back.
Sure. I think that's fair.
We don't know how good this guy's eyesight is.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's fair.
Starts insulting his eyes. So rude.
Actually, no. So by the mechanics of the game, unless you're trying to be stealthy, they know where you are and who
The
did
other
it.
thing is, it's very loud when you cast a fireball. Not
Yeah.
just the explosion, but when you forcefully state fireball very loudly.
So if we go by the rules of the game, unless you're trying to be stealthy or something, they know who cast it. However, let's go ahead and have it roll a perception check and see if it just gets really bad.
You could also check how intelligent he is, since he's acting on his own.
He is an intelligence of 5.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't have the ability to roll a perception check with him, but his perception is what, wisdom?
It would be a wisdom.
Yeah, it's just a straight D20. Because wisdom, he is not. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to say he knows where you are, but someone roll me a D20 and choose high or low before you roll. High being good, low being bad.
I will do it.
Alright.
And
High.
I will pick... Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
can't... Yeah,
Hold on.
do it again.
I'm sorry, I
I
opened the
thought you
window and I
said high
forgot.
being good, low being bad.
No, I'm saying... Yeah, high... I'm sorry. Pick which one you want to be good. Let me put it that way.
Let's pick low.
God fucking damn it, Blue.
So, Amelia...
Natural 20.
As we end this session, the elemental's eyes lock with yours, and you see deep in its eyes magical arcane energy as its face grows angry. And we'll end there for the night.
Sorry. Literally anybody else could have taken that role.
I was going to say hi. God fucking damn it.
Gotta be quick. Be quick about it.
I'm so angry.
Good thing we have a potion of invisibility in the group, or the bag of holding.
Well,
Where he has, yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Well-
if we have to fight this thing, we'll destroy it. But...
Wait, has it... I thought Aras got back the bag of holding.
What? Oh.
Yeah,
It's
Ross would
okay,
have it.
I
Yeah.
have some tricks that I can pull. I actually took mirror image, which means I've got like 3 other things of me that I can throw out into the world.
Also, I'll have you guys do this at the start of next session. I need to see who besides Ross even knows what's going on. Because realistically, if your characters don't know that it would only attack Amelia, you can't
Why don't we
act
do that
accordingly.
now? Because
Sure.
if we have to do it next week.
Sure. Hang on a second. I'll do it for Blackjack.
What are we rolling?
Intelligence. Straight intelligence.
Oh, I know.
Amelia knows. These 3
Deep in
don't
her
know.
soul, she can feel. She fucking.
Nope. So Aras knows and Amelia knows.
Shala knows?
Oh, is that for Shala? Yeah, Shala knows.
Yeah. I mean, Aras knows, so...
Wait, which is which?
Shala super knows.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, sorry. So Aras knows. Yeah, Aras and Amelia know.
Well, I was rolling that for Shala. I just assumed Aras would know. because.
Right. Okay, I'm with you. Okay,
threw
yes.
a gem already.
Yeah. So, Ross would know because you threw it. Amelia knows. Okay, and Shala knows. So 3 of you know. We'll save this for next session.
We
But
just have to like stay out of its way. So
yes,
that, like...
but unfortunately, Blackjack and Murray go first, and they don't know that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But that's for next week, everyone. So, until then, take care.
Bye.
Bye.